open on Deputy Decker and Posey outside City Hall in the back of the building as you see and hear the ambulance making its way away from the away from City Hall, heading towards the hospital on the other side of town, as people for the most part are starting to follow that way, and still a large group of people standing out in front of the building that you can hear chatting and talking, and you see the car of the FBI agents make its way to the front of the building, but you're standing at the back of the building currently dealing with what you just saw.
Do you get people killing themselves in the cells very often?
No, I think I'm just as shocked as you are. Let me begin by saying I think I owe you an apology.
What for?
You mentioned not wanting to be involved in this, and I think I just selfishly dragged you into something that either of us could imagine what happened. So
I have to say I appreciate your apology, but I've been in this fucked up shit for 2 years now. You've only been here 6 months. I'm sorry. Tibby was there. That means this goes higher than the sheriff. That means that this whole town is interested in this, and I don't think I'm getting out of this now. I think what we have to do is get the truth out there. I don't know about you, but I don't feel safe.
Well, I will say that you are not alone. You may have been in the past, but now you are not alone. I want to see this thing through. There's no way I'm turning back at this point, so I think...
It feels good to have someone on my side for once.
I promise you, Miss Petunia, that I will be there until the end of this.
Thank you.
I want to see justice.
We've got to find out what happened to those girls. And that girl that disappeared.
Absolutely.
Do you have any information that you can share?
Yes,
with me?
I do actually. So Hildred said something about vermin. She said a bunch of things. She said something about a fawn,
stuff.
A voice, a lock,
voice, something. Yeah.
The hive temple, but she said vermin.
I made scribbled notes. I can look at them later.
Yep. She said vermin, and I've heard townsfolk call the homeless camp down by the bridge vermin before. I
heard
just
that too.
Just before arriving here, I made a visit there, looking for answers, and a man died in front of my very eyes. But before that,
what?
Long story. But long before that, I saw this symbol branded on his chest, and I think this was the cause of his death. It was similar to the symbol that Hildred drew before she died.
There are symbols hidden all over this town. I have no idea what they've meant, but I've noticed them too. I thought I was going crazy.
Right.
I thought it was just tags or something, but...
This is more than coincidence.
I think so.
Now, she also said something about... something that struck me was... She said something about... the names Janice and Gary. Now, Gary was the deputy before me who passed away, and whose position I replaced. She said something about a bull.
This is the part that makes me the most sick.
What's that?
Janice was my grandmother. She left me her house and her will. That's why I live here. She just said that my grandmother is involved in this. She's dead. I can't ask her questions, but it makes me really uncomfortable as to why I'm here now. Why did my grandmother bring me here?
Right. Well, I feel...
I'm going to choose to believe that she wanted to stop this. She wanted me to expose this. But I didn't know her that well. I don't know how involved she really could be.
Okay. Well, we're already on that path, but I respect that.
Do we have any other allies that we can count on? Anyone that can help us?
Well, Hildred also said that they're all in on it. Now, I don't trust anyone at this point besides you.
I don't trust anyone from this town. You're lucky you've only just got here.
Yeah, and most likely the FBI agents as well.
You know, I really didn't like them coming to my house, but now I'm kind of glad they're in town.
Before we leave and hopefully maybe cross paths with them again.
Shit! I left my damn bag in the fucking bush. I have to swing by wherever we're going next. I just have to swing by and pick that up.
I definitely want to try inside the police station before we leave. She mentioned Gary was going to see this thing through, and I want to take that on board and see this through.
Does he still have a box in there, files or anything? Maybe on the computer. Do you think we can get back in there without anyone noticing? Maybe you can.
It shouldn't be hard for me to. Obviously, I work there. But she also mentioned a bull, and then she kept on saying the wall. Now, it's a really long shot, but There's something inside the sheriff's office. He's this unnerving painting of a bull on the wall. I wanted to check that. Maybe we can check the computer, and.
I mean, if Gary's involved in this.
Yeah, I think. Oh,
I think we should check it out.
Also, my uncle used to work here during the time that the other two girls were missing as well.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Other two girls. I
yes.
mean Cindy. What?
Oh my god.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, so the FBI agent said that on the same day, March 20th, 1997 and 1977, a girl went missing.
Are you fucking... Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. This is getting so bad.
I don't know how deep this rabbit hole goes, but I think it's going to get a lot
sounds
uglier.
like it goes back at least 60 years.
This town was established in 1906. We have no idea before that.
Oh my god.
Let's head back in. I want to head back in now.
Okay, well, what are you going to say if someone sees me in there with you? They fucking hate me here. Should I wait outside?
No, I need a lookout if I'm going to go into this office.
Put me outside the office. Pretend you've arrested me. Trespassing or some shit that Hildred did.
I'm going to escort you to what do I do? I don't want to put... Can I peek my head in and see if Janice, the secretary, is back in there now? And
She's not there, but you wouldn't be able to know that from your position. Are you about to make your way back inside?
let me go in and
I'll
just
wait
stay
here.
and put my head around the corner and see. So I begin just walking back in like
Okay.
in the place.
With that, we begin chapter 3.
Oh shit.
Building, the bottom floor, there's the front entrance where the ambulance had pulled up and left, that the large gathering of people are stationed outside as the town has kind of come together to, as news has passed quickly, and you can hear them all bustling about out front. You're standing in the back, kind of at a service exit. As you peer through that door, deputy, you see the city council standing inside as the FBI agents are standing next to them, as the country club owner interrupts them and begins speaking to them. The sheriff kind of steps in, starts talking to them as well. This country club owner leaves. The sheriff leaves. And you see, just for a moment, everyone's kind of preoccupied as you have a window.
Are the FBI still in there themselves, or they've left?
The FBI have left.
Posey.
They've made their way out the
Miss
front.
Petunia, sorry. I'll read
You can call me Posey.
Okay.
It's fine.
You can call me Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Posey, let's go. Okay, so let's start with the most dangerous thing first. I'm going to go into his office and check this painting. I need you for a lookout just in case they've just left, but I can't trust.
I'll sit on this bench right here.
Okay.
I'm going to need you to roll to sneak in.
Sure.
I'm not going to let you
There
just
it
do that.
is. There it is.
First roll of the night.
Now your roll, however many
Ooh!
sixes,
Oh, wow.
3, 4 sixes, no ones.
That's because we all
I
touched
can't
the
even
dice.
roll against you, so you get to describe how you sneak into the office. Tell me what happened.
Okay, so as I'm looking, I've seen them actually go out of the precinct, the station. I see through the front window actually that them.
You also, I'm going to say, just for clarity, you also see the city council members making their way out to the front steps as
Yeah.
everyone's kind of cleared the area to allow the rest of the team from the hospital to clean up the mess that was left in the
right,
interrogation.
and the sheriff has no business right now inside, so he's speaking with the country club owner outside. Okay, so I feel like I've got a fair few minutes. I asked Ms. Petunia to keep a lookout, and as I go in, I get the shivers when I see that.
I'll make a loud bang if someone's coming.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm sitting down.
I've got goosebumps. I'm getting the shivers as I'm looking at this painting of this bull and this matador.
You can stop there. You were just rolling to get in.
Okay.
So as you get inside the sheriff's office and you kind of close the door slowly behind you, hearing it behind you, you turn and look up at the painting as this painting of the matador starts to just look as if it's ebbing and flowing and shifting in the light. as the stream of light coming in from the window outside is kind of hitting it as the dust particles flow in front of it. You can't tell if it's an illusion or not, but in your mind, it seems as if it could be moving. What do you want? What do you want in that room? What are you looking for?
Now, Hildred said something about the totem and it being protected by the bull, and then she kept on stressing the wall, the wall, the wall. And so I want to go up to the painting and take it off and inspect the painting from close up, and maybe inspect not just the painting but behind the wall as well.
Nothing.
Oh, fuck.
There's nothing behind the painting. Nothing unusual about it. The closer you get, it's just a normal painting.
Okay. Nothing on the wall, right?
Nothing on the wall.
Does it stop ebbing and flowing the closer he gets, or does that happen the entire time?
Ask lots of questions.
Oh, okay. Does it stop ebbing and flowing as I get closer there?
It's hard for you to tell.
Okay.
You can't tell in your mind. You can't tell if this is an illusion or not.
Okay.
Could be the stress you're under. Who knows?
That's true. I put it back exactly how I took it off. I look around the office. Is there anything else that I notice?
Maybe a
Roll.
file for Cindy Baker.
Oh God! Okay.
Oh my god, what's wrong? Where are we doing right now?
1 6 2 1s.
You could
Okay.
burn something.
Yeah.
You have one hope available from the
burn
audience.
You could burn something.
Do you
Reroll
guys
those
want me to
ones.
burn something?
I don't. I.
You know, that's just a
Why don't you?
possibility.
All right.
Go for it.
I burn my hope.
Oh god.
Your hope?
Can you do
So-
that? you done your vice?
Sorry, no,
that-
my hope. I meant my virtue. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I did mean my virtue. I burn my virtue, which is self-righteous.
That's your vice.
No, sorry,
That's
that's
your
my vice.
We'll get that.
Yeah.
My virtue is my virtue is altruistic, and so I'm doing this.
Although your hope is finding evidence to support your accusations.
That's me.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's me.
oh, that's
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Never
so
mind.
yeah,
I
so my virtue
apologize.
is altruistic, and
So for
I'm,
those that might be new watching, he has a virtue and a vice. He can burn these to re-roll all the ones.
well, should I save it when we don't have a 6? Because I still succeed the roll.
No.
Yeah.
You're only re-rolling.
I get
these.
that, but I'm saying like,
But you don't lose them.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
How
we
many
only
ones are there?
we only have one hope, and there's 2 ones.
And this is why I love
Right.
this game, because people get
Maybe
so
just
tense.
maybe just
rolling
So
use
it's
one
like-
hope and
I
roll
feel like
lose
I
one
feel
die.
like the virtue might be more valuable if
I think
there
it might
were
be,
no
yeah.
6s.
I
Yeah, do
agree
you know
with
what
you.
I mean?
I agree
are
with
we-
you, Mike.
Explain something to me. Are we going to lose these 2 ones right now?
We
Or
would
No, no,
we
no.
could
We-
re-roll one. We would
Yeah.
lose one of them definitely.
But it's
Yeah.
only
and
one
we could
die.
re-roll one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
only
While
one
if
die.
he,
And
if
the,
he burns something,
I
then
think
we
the
can
virtue is what-
re-roll
yeah.
both of those ones.
it's possibly losing 1 die. It is definitely
and
losing
we
1
would keep
die.
our hope.
Definitely, but I think
What's the number crunch on this? What are the
well, the vir-
percentages?
I don't care. Make a decision.
Okay,
and find out.
I'm gonna use 1 hope, and I'm gonna
That's
take
fair.
one.
Yeah,
one-
that's
one-
that's
Okay.
good.
one die.
I think that was a good choice.
That's fine.
That's fine. It was a
Okay.
4.
I rolled more 6s than you, so I'll describe what you find.
Go ahead.
That's right.
And just to explain that rule as well, every time they lose a candle, I add a d6
He
to my
gets
pool. I get to roll when they roll. If I roll more 6s than you, I get to describe the result.
Can you
So
Those
can you
are
tell
good
them
rolls,
to
Zach.
give us more hope?
Yeah. Can you explain that?
Not legally.
Thank
I
you
don't
for the
think so.
hope. That was a good
Please.
roll. You had 2 dice.
yes. So you find a key inside the desk that you recognize as the key to the evidence room. You look further throughout the desk for files, things like that. You find another key to a filing cabinet, and you make your way over to the other side of the room. As you open it up and you look inside, there's nothing relating to the cases. The only cases inside that file are simple hit and runs through town, drunk driving, things like that, speeding tickets, nothing of importance. But you do have the key for the evidence room.
Okay, I leave the room now. I leave the room, Miss Petunia.
Yes.
Posey, I have the key to evidence room. This is our only lead right now. The bull on the
Now,
wall.
she was standing outside the room, correct?
Yeah.
Did you make your way back outside?
Yeah, he
I
said he
that.
left the room.
Okay, so as you exit the room and you kind of peer through the door, you do see the secretary now back at her desk on the other side. Unless you want to roll to spot her coming.
So I didn't hear her or anything. So I was.
I'm giving you the chance now.
You don't have to. I could easily.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, if I didn't see her, then I wouldn't be able to give a. What am I
Okay,
trying to say? A
so-
signal.
Oh, actually.
No, it's okay. So she's on the other side of the room.
Wait, and having said that, does Deputy Decker have access to the evidence locker besides? Would he normally be able to access the evidence locker?
The evidence locker, the evidence room, no.
Okay.
You going into the sheriff's office, maybe you are a deputy.
Right.
I'll go talk to her. You do what you think you need to do, okay?
Okay.
I can give you maybe 5 minutes.
Thanks. Was this just meta just then? It's fine.
No.
Okay, good. Okay, yep, good.
So
Alright.
you peer through the door and you
Yeah.
see that she's now sitting on her desk on the other
Okay.
side. Do you make your way out?
Sorry.
Or do you come up
I
to
didn't see her,
distract
that's
her?
right.
Or what do you do?
You see her when you poke your head around, so you're
Yes.
gonna have to.
Oh, what do I do? Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
what do
sorry.
you do?
Yeah, no, I just walk out. I just walk out like I own the place. I work there.
Sheriff's looking for you. Are you
Okay, sure. I'll go see him now.
I think he was just looking.
I've got a bit of business to do first, Janice. Let me do that. And then
We were
I'll-
just looking for him. Actually, we thought he was in his office, but he's not there. Where can we find him?
I thought
Do I need to fill out any paperwork for what just happened in
Janice,
the
you,
interrogation
you
room?
speak with Miss Petunia. I've got a bit of business to do with
well,
regarding.
don't you need to question her? Does she? I
That's
thought
actually
Sheriff
what
wanted her
I wanted
locked
to
up
talk
and
to
put
you
into
about.
holding until all this is settled.
Who said that?
The sheriff, he's looking for you. He wants you to lock her up until all this is settled. She's a key witness to a murder.
You know what,
You-
Janice? I'm gonna take it one step further, and I'm gonna take Miss Petunia and question her myself. But first, I've got some business. If you allow me to do my job, I'm gonna.
Okay, all right.
I will go peacefully to your office.
I'll let
if
him
you
know.
want me
I'll
to
let
go
him
that
know I
way.
saw you two for sure.
Thank you, Janice. Okay, I make my way to the evidence locker. Ms. Petunia, if you could wait right here. I just have a bit of business, then I'm going to have to ask you some
Absolutely.
questions.
Is there any
regarding the-
paperwork that I need to fill out for what just happened, or do you need to book me, or is there any?
I'm just gonna carry
Actually,
it,
do you
so
have
I
any
keep on
water?
walking.
Can I have some
Okay,
water, please?
So
I'm
you
really
walk
thirsty.
down towards the evidence room. It's on the other side of the hallway. You walk down the other side of the hall as there's a locked room that says evidence on it. As you kind of peer around, you notice that there is currently no one coming, as it's still just minutes from what had happened and everyone is still gathered
Okay,
outside.
and I kind of like quickly pick up my pace. I unlock the door and I get inside. Okay, what do I see? I'm trying to look for evidence. Is it dated according to like perhaps whether I could look back to a certain date from evidence regarding certain files? I've got a date in my mind.
How about you?
Or,
I
Simon?
mean,
or
if
organized
you-
by,
There's an easy way to handle this. You can just roll.
Think about what
For
you
what
want to
you
find
find.
before
Okay,
you roll.
okay,
Just
okay.
have a little think about what would be most useful.
Yes.
Have a little think.
Just have a little think.
I'd be-
Just a
yeah.
little thing.
All right, now roll
then-
well.
And then
You
have
can do this.
have a little roll.
You can do this.
Okay. I have to roll it in twos.
You can do this, right?
One,
Oh.
one. Okay, we've got 1 6 and 2 1s.
Do you want to burn something?
Do we have any hope, Zach?
You have one hope.
Let's not lose another die
Do
this
altruistic.
early in.
Do you think
Okay.
you can burn them?
Yes, I can. I will choose to burn my virtue, which is altruistic. In this moment,
As
I'm doing this for the greater good
your
of
virtue goes up in
Mhm.
flames.
goodbye virtue. I do this for the greater good of Cindy Baker and finding out the answers, to seek justice for her and blowing this white thing open and taking everyone down who's involved.
You would just re-roll the 2 1s.
Oh, thank you. That's right. We got a 2 and a 2. Okay, so
Nice.
Not the worst.
So, what are you looking for in the evidence locker?
So Hildred mentioned Gary, and and also there happens to be. Now I'm not allowed to tell you what I find. I'm just able to describe.
Tell me what you're looking for.
Okay. I'm looking for evidence from Gary that pertains to cases around the dates of 1929, 2017, and if it goes back far enough, anything under my uncle who worked there around the date of 1920, 1997, and 1977.
There is nothing in this evidence locker that has anything to do with any disappearances
Okay.
of the sort, but
Is
you do find some items that pertain to Gary Hume's death.
great.
You
great.
find a section in there, a file. Inside that file, it describes an incident off of Highway W outside of town where he lost control of his car. Now, as you know, the town of Kolob has impeccable weather, seeing snow and ice never throughout the year. A geographical marvel that rests between two mountains with perfect climate almost year-round. He had somehow found his way up into the mountains north of the country club and had slid off the road into the side of an embankment,
Up the mountain.
dying on the scene, or so it is reported.
I take this. I take
This date, by the way,
Yeah.
March 20th of 2017.
2017.
And it was. You said it was up the mountain. What was there any other details besides the mountain? Did you say? Sorry, that I might have missed.
No, just
Okay.
slid off the road.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
up in the
1920,
mountains off Highway
1997.
W.
Highway W. Okay. I take. You know what? If that's it, I leave the file there. I don't need it. Okay.
It also lists his known address
Great.
on that file
Okay.
at the time, that he had no family members
Mm-hmm. Anything
and
else?
no ongoing investigation on his death. Ruled as an accident.
Okay. Okay, that's all I need. That's all I have. I walk back outside to the main area. Miss Petunia, I'm ready for you now.
Yes, I don't. It's
And
not my
if
job to
there's
have you
any
filling out
water or
paperwork.
anything,
That's
well,
his job.
okay,
That's technically his
I'll just
job.
go with
Thank you,
him
Janice.
then.
Thank you,
Sorry,
Janice.
I
Miss
bothered you. I'll just
Petunia,
go with
you
him.
come
I
with-
thought you were going to do your job. Just.
I'm about to do it, Janice. I apologize for that. Miss Petunia, if you would just come this way,
Of course, absolutely.
I
No,
will.
we lost a community member today.
It's absolutely
That might not be important to you two, given your
Be careful.
just some of us have known Hildred our entire lives.
I liked her.
You barely knew her.
I still liked her.
If you don't mind, Janice, let's we'll get down to business, shall we? We walk towards. Can we walk towards the evidence? Oh, sorry, the interrogation room, but then dart out.
What's that? Say that again.
Rephrase it.
Sorry. Okay. In terms of the geography of the precinct,
Yes.
We walk out the back door, and we go on our merry way.
Okay.
There you go.
Miss Posey.
Yes.
So what I managed to get was just this bizarre circumstance around.
What is with
Gary?
March the 20th?
Exactly. I did get his address, and that's the only lead we've got on now. I would
I
like
like
to.
that.
Okay.
Let's swing by there. I also think we should swing by my house, my grandmother's house, if no one sees us. I think it's time I went through some of her stuff.
Okay. Let's get your bag. You did mention leaving your bag. We'll get
Just
that.
hid it in the
We'll
back in
swing by Gary. Is Gary's old place on the way, or is her place?
Is
I mean,
grandma's house
everything's on
closer?
the way,
That's
given
true.
that the town's only a mile
Let's go
long.
with Gary's house
Okay.
first.
Great.
We'll pick up your bag on the way there. So
Great, got it.
jump in my car. Okay.
All right.
While you're doing that, we're going to cut to the FBI agents who have pulled up outside of the school. As you make your way towards the school, you see two buses, we'll say, leaving school grounds. As you pull up,
Those are a lot of buses for a population of 100 for a
just
town.
2 buses.
Oh, well,
That's still a lot of buses.
One goes west, one goes east.
All right.
okay. Well, at least we got here at just the right time. Teachers should not have left just yet.
Okay.
So we can talk to Cindy Baker's teacher. I have her name here somewhere. The name of Cindy Baker's teacher and the name of the principal.
As you have pulled up and gotten out of the cars and start walking towards the front of the school, someone sees you walking forward and just,
Hello. Hi.
Good afternoon.
Hi, I'm Special Agent Emery. This is Special Agent
yes,
Rayner.
I've heard so much about you both. I'm December.
Nice to meet you.
December Merle. I'm the principal here.
Oh, fantastic. Great. You're exactly the person that we were hoping.
I hope you don't mind all the commotion. We had to send the kids home early given the disaster that went on downtown.
Disaster that went on. Oh, are you talking about what went on in City Hall?
Sanitation killing herself.
Yes.
My word.
That shakes the whole
certainly
town.
Travels fast in this town.
Extremely fast.
Well, Principal Merrill, I know that that must have been shocking.
Just call me December.
Okay, December.
That's fine. Here,
December.
come on, sweeties. Let's go inside.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes, come on in. Come on in.
How
It's
old
my
is
office.
December, Zach? How old is this
December
woman?
is mid-30s, tall, slender, long red hair,
Okay.
up in a bow, wearing a pencil skirt, heels,
All right.
professional kind of blazer, but she's very attractive, we'll say.
Okay.
Thank
lead the
you.
way,
Yes.
December.
Yes,
Thank
of
you,
course,
December.
of course. Would you like anything to drink?
Oh no.
Cartons of milk, strawberry, chocolate,
Oh, how
fine,
fun.
regular.
No.
That's
All good.
pretty much
thank
all we
you.
have.
Yeah. No. We're fine. We're
Great.
just-
Well, as she's walking, she's kind of motioning for you. So, what brings you to the school? I mean,
Well, we're just doing follow-up questions.
doesn't have anything to do with Miss Justice, does it?
No.
Terrible thing.
It's a very terrible thing.
Terrible
Very
thing.
much so, and I'm
She's
sure
lived her entire life.
it seems like a lot
A
of people
great
have.
life.
Oh, very nice. I'm sure she was a very integral part of the community, especially
Very.
with being sanitation.
Very.
But the reason why we're here today is that we're just doing follow-up questions on Cindy Baker. So if you can tell us about that, she went
Cindy.
missing March 20th of this year.
Last year, yeah.
Was it last year? 2017? Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Last year.
Yeah, please come in. As she opens her office door, and you see pictures along the wall of every graduating class for years on end. Each class extremely small, 10 to 20 students each year for the most part.
How long have you been in this town? Is it Mrs. Merrill?
Just call me December.
December, indeed.
Have a seat. Please.
All right.
sit.
I'm gonna pick the seat furthest away from her. Sit down.
I don't bite. You can come closer.
I sit in the other seat.
Well, I've been here my whole life. Went to school here.
It must have been
Principal for 5 years.
a very difficult time then last year to lose
Very.
little Cindy.
Can
Very.
you describe any events from that day for us, and also
You know, I don't remember
Sure.
exactly what went on that day. I just remember when the news came in. Well, I mean, we didn't hear the news necessarily
How did you find out?
till the next morning. I mean, that day she was in class.
Regular day at school.
20th, yes. But afterwards, I guess, I mean, nobody wants to declare it officially. Just, you know, without hope, what do you have?
That's true.
And
Well, December, we spoke with the.
we wanted to make sure, I think the whole community, that, you know, the family thought there could be hope, but I think we all accepted the fact that she probably fell into the river, and that's the end of it.
hey, do you so how is Cindy as a student? Did she ever get sent to your
best.
office, for instance?
No, top of her class. Well, as top of your class you can be as a 10-year-old, but extremely bright young student.
You know, we talked to the Bakers, and they seem like lovely people. They've been going through a lot this past year, as you can imagine. This is not a difficult question to ask, but any and all information would be incredibly helpful.
Of course.
Did you know if Cindy had any trouble at home? Any issues with her parents? Any fighting? Any yelling?
No.
Okay.
You don't know much about Kolob, do you, Agent?
Well, we don't live here. We're visiting.
We have a way here of making sure the community stays safe for everyone. And I can assure you, if something like that had come up, it would be dealt with quickly. We would never allow that kind of thing to happen here. this is
This is a nice town.
a very nice town.
Very
I know it's
understand that.
not like. Where are you two from?
New York City.
New York City.
Not such a nice town.
Is this your first time in the
No,
Pacific
not
Northwest?
a town as such.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow, what do you think so far? I mean, besides being here, when someone kills themselves, obviously, but
Yeah, it's
it's beautiful, right?
That has definitely colored the experience. Let's say, but the weather is lovely here, very much so.
Really is.
Uh,
Almost
s-
too lovely.
So since you've lived here all of your life, would you say that is the same of all the employees here at I'm sorry, is this called Colub Elementary? I just assumed there.
Well, it's K through 12, so
Oh,
it's small, small town.
so
Everyone knows everyone.
so all the employees that work here have also been here all their lives, and there hasn't
Most
been
likely, it's not very often we have room for someone from out of town to come in. I mean, it is a tourist destination. The winery brings in a lot of business for the whole town, obviously, and the motel and the bar.
right. So there
but
isn't that much foot traffic for anybody who isn't actually an employee on school grounds then?
Of course not.
Okay.
Of course not. We have detailed tabs on anyone who might come through. That we have them check in at the office, obviously. In fact, let me do you a favor. As she opens up her desk and starts shifting through some files and pulls out a sheet of paper. March 20th, 17. No visitors.
No visitors that day.
No visitors that day, at least on record.
Okay.
Visitors to
Very-
just the school, or I'm sorry, or to the whole town?
The school.
The school.
No, not the whole town.
Well, we
I mean,
would.
one could only hope. I mean, sometimes, the summer months, some weirdos come into town for sure.
Indeed. Well, we were hoping to also talk to Cindy's teacher today. If you could just escort us to that class, or just give us a map and point us in the right direction.
Well, that would be me.
I'm sorry?
Yes, there's only 4 of us here.
So you're the principal and then also
A
the
couple of
teacher of. Cindy was in 4th grade? 4th, 5th
10
grade?
years old, 4th grade?
4th grade?
It's hard to explain if you're. We don't have as many resources as some might, but we don't really need them. So we share a lot of responsibilities here.
We understand. I imagine you
Okay.
probably have small...
Vice principal is also the, coach of
Sure.
whatever it is we're doing, gym teacher and
Okay.
the like,
With
and
K through
driver's ed.
12, how many students would you say attend the entire school right now?
Oh, the whole school.
Yes, every grade.
200. No, sorry.
Since 100.
28.
28 students. So do you
At the moment.
split up
Okay.
classrooms by age and just kind of lump like maybe K through 3rd grade, 4th grade through 7th?
It's a little bit more like homeschooling in a way.
Okay.
Given the
Okay.
low volume of individuals, it's very specialized to each
I can imagine.
student, what needs they have at the moment, and we work with them, making sure that they pass the required tests of the country, of course.
That's good. Well,
Okay.
then that's great. Then you can save us the walk, save us the trouble. You can answer some questions about Cindy.
Yeah, she is a student because it was only a year ago, and this doesn't seem like the kind of town that would have
Yeah.
frequent disappearances, especially with everybody knowing each
Right.
other. And since you are Cindy's teacher, how about you tell us a little bit of background with her, or
Well, she was the smartest in her age group. Now, granted, there was only one other child in her age group, but smarter than those couple years older than her, too. She was very bright.
okay?
Did she ever
Very
get
smart.
into any sort of, I don't want to say trouble, but, would she ever go off on adventures around the town, go exploring? Like you said, a lot of people consider that she probably just fell into the river. Was that a common thing for Cindy, or was she more of a sort
She
of
liked to
a-
spend time down at the river.
Did she really? So
Is
she
that
wasn't
why-
a homebody?
A lot of the kids do, and
Mhm.
I heard that one of the homeless individuals had cut a hole in the fence to get down to the bridge, and they've patched it up since then, obviously. But
Okay.
that hole most likely led to her sneaking through, and they. Did you not hear they found her backpack down there?
No, actually, we didn't
No,
hear
we did
that.
not hear that. Do you
Yeah,
know? Did they give that back to the parents?
No, I. See, like I said, we don't.
You wanted to.
Her
give
mother
them
didn't
hope.
take it very well, obviously. And in a town like this, it's so small. You can't dwell on the hurt for too
Yeah.
long, and
That's what John told us, December. And
it was best to move on and accept what had happened for the town per se. But some people in the city council thought that maybe it was better to let them have hope and believe
We
that
understand.
maybe someday she could walk back through their door.
Do you
but
have-
maybe now in hindsight that wasn't such a good idea.
do you have her backpack here, December?
No, I don't.
I assume
Who
the police have
Who
it.
has that backpack?
I mean, I would guess the sheriff,
Okay.
Okay.
most likely.
December, you're talking about leaving people in this town with hope. And we're going to bring something up that is, again, not easy. This is a difficult topic. But there's a real possibility, December, that Cindy's disappearance was one person's fault. That person may still be on the loose. Okay?
I always thought that. No, please don't share this information.
Please,
It's a sore
please.
that we have to wear visibly. Don't- I've always thought one of the homeless might have done something. They don't abide by our rules and our system, and they scare me.
Was there any specific members of the homeless community that you can think of? Were there any suspects? Were there any?
I don't know any
Okay.
of them. They're drifters usually.
Okay.
They come through town and stay, and luckily it's never that many. And we don't, they probably learn quickly the resources aren't here for them either, and they leave. But I don't trust them. I don't trust them at all. And I always advise the kids to stay away at all costs. Stay away.
So I'm guessing there's not many outreach programs here
Not a lot of resources.
in Co-op.
Well, no. I mean, we don't need them. It's the perfect town, and a couple individuals who refuse to do right with their lives can't slow the rest of us down.
Okay, I
Can't
understand.
hold the kids' futures down.
So you said that you've been the principal here for 5 years, and you've lived here your entire life. Have you heard of any other disappearances? Any other disappearances of children?
Any other kids
Oh.
fallen in the river?
No, of course not. That's part of what made it so tragic.
December,
know.
you're about 31, 32?
35, but thank you.
35. I wouldn't have guessed that. Well,
She puts her hand on your knee.
sort of shift in my chair. Like, okay. Being 35, that means you were maybe 10, 15 years old around 1997? Is that right?
Around
Here in the town?
14, yes.
14. Do you remember, my partner was doing some research on the town before he came in, and there's actually, there
was another 10-year-old that disappeared
yeah.
in 1997. So she would have gone to school with you.
Do you
in
remember
fact.
that?
Especially since
don't
your age
have
groups
any
are so close together.
recollection of that whatsoever, and I would know. There was only one other kid my age that I grew up with in the town.
What was
No,
the,
I don't. I
what
don't
was the
believe
kid's name,
that.
December? What was the kid's name? Are they still in town today?
Well, yeah,
Who was it?
Werner Florence. He's an odd one.
Interesting. December, a lot of times when this happens to kids, young kids, a classmate goes missing or somebody like Cindy Baker disappears, it can be very traumatic. So I want you to think again, think back, and really take your time. And it's okay. It's completely fine if you do remember something scary happening or something traumatic when
Yeah,
you were
and-
around that age.
And if you don't remember right now, here's
Yep.
Sam's card.
Oh,
All right.
Feel free to call him.
can I just say you don't have an accent. I
Excuse
kept
me?
waiting to hear the accent. I was always see, New York on the TV, and I kept waiting to hear the accent, and it surprised me. Is all you sound very normal.
I'm sure that whenever you see small towns on American television, they don't quite represent the way your town is, and
They definitely do not.
Indeed.
that's the same for New York.
And
They
then
definitely do not.
we live in
Fair.
New York, but we're FBI, so consider this the FBI accent.
Well, have your card, and you know what?
I'm scared.
You two, I'm guessing you're staying in the motel,
Yeah.
room 3A.
Wow. News
That's where they always
travels-
put. Well, that's just where they always put people who come out of town.
Really?
Sure.
Yes, it's the big room.
Did Cindy have a locker or anything here at the school that we could take a look at?
We didn't really need lockers.
Okay. A cubby, anything like that?
In the gymnasium, of course, but
Maybe art projects. She was
Oh,
so
yes,
incredibly gifted, I would assume.
yes, of course,
Nice.
yes. How about I round those up for you,
Okay.
Okay.
and I treat you both to dinner tonight?
Oh, well, we are
Because I'm
heading up to
guessing that
the
there's nowhere
country.
really to eat after 7 p.m. in town, and it's probably been a long day for you.
We're actually we've been invited to the country club.
true.
Tonight by
Oh, well,
by
they do
Shiloh
have
Na.
the best food up there, but I wouldn't. No, I've never been.
But we will definitely keep your invitation in mind. Thank you so much. We'll
We're here for
probably
a few
take you
days.
up on that.
Well, I will look for some old pieces of her art, and if I find them, I will call you.
Great. We'd love that, wouldn't you, Sam?
We would love that call,
Yes,
yes,
we
both
would.
of us.
She puts her hand on your shoulder. Thank you. If I know or think of anything that I can remember, I will let you know.
We're just trying to prevent the disappearance of maybe another little girl, whether it's 20 years from now or next week.
Are you
and that's
two a
what's really
couple?
important. What?
Is that how in the FBI you're not allowed to date superiors or not
we're-
superiors but partners, right? You can't like mingle within your own. I'm sorry. It just not many people come from out of town.
Indeed. December, thank you
obviously.
so much for your
Yes,
time.
of course. I'm sorry.
So much
yes,
for your
let's-
time.
As you make your way out of the front of the school, you notice a black limo in front of the school with a very tall, bald man standing outside as he opens the door to the limo and motions for you to get inside it.
Wow. Would you think that Shiloh Na is escorting us in style to the country club?
You know, I met him for about 4 seconds, and yeah, this seems like this would be right up his alley. You with the country club?
Your ride.
Are you with the country club, sir?
Yes.
Are you okay, sir?
Please. Your ride.
Is there anything wrong with you, sir?
Did I do something wrong?
No.
All right, that's
Did
just how he
nothing wrong.
talks. All right, fine.
Please.
Let's get in the limo then.
Sure. Yeah, let's get into the foreboding limo. Thank you, sir. Thanks.
Don't eat the beans.
Unless you want to
Thank
follow in
you.
the car.
I'm sure it couldn't hurt.
Buckle your seatbelts, please.
I'm sure that's just a safety precaution.
Right, indeed.
So,
Thank you.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm
He sits in the front and he slowly starts making the barrier between the two of you go up.
well, okay. You know, this town just gets better and better.
As you start making your
Better?
way up the hill towards the country club.
I mean, I literally
As you get on the
cannot
road
get
that goes
enough.
up the hill, you notice that it's not necessarily a road, it's a driveway. It's the only thing you can see up at the top of the hill. It does go further off into the mountains. It's supposed to be a highway, but it feels
just-
like a driveway as it's guarded off. It says no trespassing on all sides. And you make your way up the hill. As we now go back to you two, who have made your way towards...
And we've picked up
Yep. I got
Posey's
my
bag on the way.
We're heading to
Okay.
Gary's
out of the
house.
bush.
Yep.
Is,
And you've made your way towards Gary's apartment.
now, is there any way... are we there yet? No,
Yes, we'll say you're there. It's
Can
a
we-
small apartment complex.
Okay.
What are you asking for?
I'm asking...
Don't ask too many things.
No, I'm
'cause
just
he can-
asking.
I'm just
no.
telling you, Mike, because he can deny it.
Okay, I'm not
Just
asking.
try
I'm just
telling
saying
him what happens.
Yeah,
Tell
we
him.
park around off the main street.
That's fine.
That's good, I
There's
like
only
that.
literally 2 streets, so.
I have a question, Zach. I have a
yes.
question. This Gary guy, he died a year ago,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then Gabriel moved to town 6 months ago to take over
Correct.
the job.
Yes.
Did anybody new move into his old apartment, or is it still like vacant because of the size of the town?
You wouldn't know that.
All right.
Fair enough.
All right. So
It's not something you would know.
Okay.
before leaving, I put on my jacket. I've got a deputy jacket, and I pull out a flashlight from the car as well before you
Okay.
head up.
And the sun has just started to go down.
Yep.
And it's setting early, March, in the Pacific Northwest. As you make your way up to this apartment building, it's a brown 2-story building, single numbers on each one, only 10 rooms.
Okay.
He was in apartment number 9.
Okay.
Gabriel? So, remember how my grandmother and Gary knew each other?
Yes.
If anyone asks, I'm just trying to find out more about my grandmother.
Okay.
We just want to talk to Gary or, like, to find out anyone that knew him, or anything like that, so we can get closer to my grandmother, in case anyone asks.
And before we go on, I need to tell you. So my plan is, Hildred said something about they're all in on it. Like I said, I don't trust anyone. So I need to get into this apartment. I'm not about
Does
to.
anyone live there?
I don't know yet, but that's why I'm going to say this. I'm not going to contact the landlord for in the possibility that he may contact the sheriff or anyone else involved.
We have to
in
move
this.
fast, I understand, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to do something illegal, just so you know.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear what you just said.
Okay. You go up to the apartment.
Do I? Okay. So I tried the door first.
It's locked.
Okay. Is there any windows around that I?
There's 2 windows to the front of the apartment. It looks almost like
Like a
a
motel
motel,
entrance?
kind of 2-story motel, but they're numbered apartments.
Okay. Is there any? And is the window kind of? Is there a place where I can enter through a window in terms of if I broke it? And is it like the
I
open?
think people would see you if you
The
did
blinds
that,
are
yeah.
closed, so you can't see into the room.
Do you know how to pick a lock?
How about we knock and see if anyone's home?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
As you knock on the door. Yeah. Yeah. Who is it?
It's Carlisle Police. I've got some questions.
Decker?
That's me.
The hell you want?
Who is that?
You recognize the voice as Bob Whitney, the owner of Bob's Electric.
Okay.
Must have moved into the apartment after it became vacant.
What relations do I have with them besides is it just a
How
general?
does Bob know him?
Is it just? Do they have rapport? Do they?
You have rapport with everyone in the town in a way, given how small it is. Except for possibly the country club owner.
Who is it?
It's.
What the hell do you want, Decker? It's late!
Just give me a second, please.
Sun's down! Please don't come by after the sun's down unless something's up!
Something is
Does it
up.
have something to do with that girl that killed herself?
Yes. Could you
What? Why are you talking to me then, man? Do your job!
could you open the door, please, sir?
Why, did I do something wrong?
You may have. We're questioning people about it.
I wasn't even there, I was working!
Would you please just open the door? Kolob Police.
I'm gonna go around the corner out of line of sight.
You hear a latch, and then a bolt. So he kind of opens up a little bit, about 6 inches. He's looking at you. What?
Bob,
Are you actually, like, doing that whole police thing on me right now?
I'm sorry, like,
Am I a suspect or something? I wasn't even. I thought you were in the room with the woman.
like, I need.
I heard that you were there when she killed herself.
Oh, this deputy's not subtle.
Look, I know, like, this isn't normal. I'm not just buying hardware stuff from you right now. I'm here on business. So this is probably the first time I've spoken to you, as business. Could we just conduct this on a professional manner? Now, I'm asking everyone.
Come on in. Have
Thank
a
you.
beer. Sit down.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it.
He walks over to the fridge, grabs 2 beers, opens one for himself, hands you the other as he sits in his recliner, pointing towards the TV.
Beer.
I'm gonna walk back over to the apartment. Are the windows closed?
Better than
Yes,
beans.
the blinds are
Am I
closed.
able to open a window a little so I can hear what's happening?
I would say if you put your ear to the door, you'd be able to hear.
I'd prefer not to look like I'm actually listening, though.
So you think crouching down next to a window?
No, I'm just going to lean against. I'm going to have the window open. I'm just going to lean against the wall.
You
like
can't
I'm-
open the window unless you
Okay.
roll for it.
Well, I will lean up close near so I can try and hear what's
Okay.
going on then.
All right.
Bob, thank you so much for the beer. You don't know what kind of stress I've been in, so I appreciate you inviting me in.
Eating things.
I'm drinking his
I
beer.
know, it's fine.
He just cracked it open.
Look.
It was sealed.
Like I
What-
said,
what-
thank you. So
what-
I'm just
hold on,
asking.
like, what was it like being in that room when she killed herself?
Have you ever? So you heard about it? How she just smashed her head in? Unbelievable. It's something that I've never experienced before. So I'm going around just kind of.
Now, everybody says she's a drunk, but
Yeah.
I'm a drunk. I wouldn't do that.
That's right. I don't know, man. I do not know. But anyway, listen. A lot of shit has gone down, and I'm just trying to.
Telling me.
Yeah, right. So I'm just trying to get through this, right? So any kind of. I know you took over Gary's apartment, and listen, man.
Yeah, pretty weird, right?
Listen, did you?
Cheaper.
Yeah. Any ghosts? Ooh.
Nobody wants to live in a dead man's apartment.
Right. So did you come across? I know they kind of combed it over after.
Yeah, the weirdest thing when I moved in, it was the cleanest
Yeah.
apartment I've ever moved into.
How long?
I
you been
thought
here?
I was gonna get to keep some of his furniture at least. I thought that was part of the deal, but no, it was
Spotless, huh?
like brand new.
What was-
repainted everything?
Yeah. Did they still have the fridge, the stove? What did they have?
Yeah, the fridge was still here, the
Yeah.
stove, washing machine, dryer, things like that. But
How long have you been here?
I moved in about 8 months ago.
Okay. Listen, hey, so something's come up with the case. Like I said, I'm here on business. I'm just looking into something that happened with Gary. Do you even remember that day?
Yeah, I mean everyone remembers that day.
Yeah? What'd you hear?
I mean the damnedest thing. Snow up in the mountains, slides off the road,
Was it snowing?
smash.
It was snowing.
Up in the mountains,
Right.
not here, of course.
Yeah.
You know where he was driving up there. I mean, you don't go up there without snow chains. Everybody knows that. But
Right.
I guess he was in a hurry or something.
I guess, yeah. Hey, like I said, listen, I'm looking into this case involving Gary. I can't say the specifics, police business and all, but and that's why I'm here. But I'm looking, and essentially, I need to check just his apartment in terms of like maybe some of the old appliances behind it. If the police at the time missed something, I'm basically trying to come over everything with an
Well,
extra
I'm
fine
not
tooth comb.
police. I just,
Right. So if you don't mind if I just kind of look behind your fridge, look behind your stove, and I'll be out of your hair, just a couple minutes.
I mean, if you got to, I guess.
I appreciate that, Bob. Thank you.
Yeah, just,
And thanks for the beer. I needed this so damn bad.
Yeah, don't tell anybody, though.
No, sir.
I'm not much for wine, but
Mhm.
you know how people get around here and they see you drinking Bud instead of wine.
I appreciate that. So I'm just going to go check
You
the
know,
kitchen now.
Keeps the town alive, all that shit.
Okay, so I
whatever.
make myself...
I'm going to need you to roll for, if you're going to look around the apartment, you got to roll for that. You guys, he's the only one asking to do things. You guys are so...
We're asking questions.
We're saving our questions.
You know
for
what?
later.
I need
I've
to
got a
drive
roll.
this baby. No one else is driving.
I've got a roll for you as soon as it gets back to us.
All right.
1-1. Come on, baby. 2 1s. Oh! 2 1s, no 6s. Hey,
You
it had
have-
to happen sooner or later.
You have 2 hope available.
Thank you.
Use
You have 2 hope.
Oop. 6! Oh, yeah!
Thank goodness. Oh my
Fuck
god.
gosh.
3, 1 6, 1 6.
I was like, do I start running? What do I do?
Tell me where you find
Ooh,
the
okay.
secret compartment.
The secret. Okay, so basically, someone's obviously cleaned his apartment besides, like you said, the appliances. The only place that he would, if I'm looking for anything, would be behind these appliances. So I kind of move the stove and I kind of move it both ways, and I don't see anything.
Gonna cause a gas leak.
Probably not that far, but anyway. And then I look behind the fridge, and just on behind those kind of like coils there, I see something that's of interest.
I said, tell me where you find the secret compartment, man.
Okay, I found it behind the fridge.
Okay.
Sitting on those coils.
So as you pull it back, I'm gonna say you kind of pull the fridge out. You need a hand in there, man?
I got this.
You sure?
Yep.
That's an old Streamline fridge. Brings the whole place together, you know? That solid steel, man. You sure you don't need some help? I got a dolly.
I'll take the dolly.
As you hear him, like, quickly throw back his beard, gets up out of his chair and walks to another room.
Thank you, Bob.
And wheels the dolly in and sets it down. Fridge, huh?
Yeah, there's
What are you looking for back there, man?
Just anything.
Hold on. Opens the fridge before you move it, takes another beer out, closes it, pops it open.
I put
You find something?
Do I?
I mean, you see the compartment back there as you put the fridge on the dolly and kind of pull it back slowly as you hear all of the wires and cables that are connected to it kind of dragging along with it as it rattles as you pull it off from the wall.
Bob.
As you see on that back wall, a small kind of cutout square with a little hole in there. As you kind of reach in and stick your finger in that hole and kind of pop it off, this panel just removes itself from the wall. As you see inside what looks like a journal. This journal has the name Janice Petunia on it. And that journal has inside of it 2 loose pieces of paper. And it's kind of like it's wrapped shut, but you see 2 pieces of paper sitting out of it. If you want to go ahead and open up the red envelope I put in front of you.
Thank you.
Those are inside the journal.
Oh, I want to look. Probably shouldn't, but I want to.
I'm looking.
Oh, you are?
What the fuck did you find behind my fridge?
Um,
You tell me a dead guy left that behind my fridge this whole time?
I don't know, Bob. But this is evidence, and I need to. I'll be taking this.
Hold on, man. Oh, shit. As he starts walking around, he's like looking underneath the microwave.
Yeah.
You hear him in the other room, like moving the couch.
Yeah, keep doing that, Bob.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you for the beer. I appreciate you. I'll see you.
I'll keep looking. Hey, question. Deputy, if I find any money, do I get to keep it?
All yours.
All right. Thanks, Deputy.
Thank
We're
you,
good now,
Bob.
right?
We are good. All right, I make my way out.
You hear him moving furniture around as you step outside the door.
Oh, Bob.
Posey.
What?
Behind the
was
fridge,
that?
this is what I found. It looks like a series of symbols.
Where do you get this paper?
The second he shows it to you, the journal. You see
He's just holding. That's why I was asking. Where did you get the paper? Where did you get this paper?
I found it inside this hole.
Oh my god!
This hole in the wall.
This is my grandmother's name. This is my grandmother's name. This is my last name. This is my grandmother's name.
Okay.
Was this in there?
We've got a map here of
This is the
Kolob.
town.
There's a star there. There's an S there. Fields
There's
of
numbers.
blood of
What?
Christ.
Oh my god! Cover this up. We should look at this somewhere.
Okay, let's get
quiet.
inside my car and have a look at this and just see what we've got.
Let's move out
if
before we look
people
at it.
Watching want to see what he found, it is on tincandles.straylogic.com. It's the 2 pieces of paper on the website.
Okay. You're right. Let's go to my car. Drive just.
Let's just get
drive
outta
somewhere. Let's drive to your.
What did Bob say?
He was very good about it.
Did you
He's
tell
Bob
me
is
what
Bob.
we were? Did you tell him what we were doing?
No, I didn't. I just said we're
Okay.
on police business. But let's
Okay.
drive. You said you wanted to head back to yours. Let's go back
Let's
there
go to my
and,
place.
and look at these.
Swing around the back, will you? I don't want
let's
people
do
seeing
that.
a cop
Okay.
car.
So we head to her house. Can we talk about this now and as we're at her place, or?
New temple. What the
Okay.
fuck is this?
Let's check back in
Okay, fine.
with the FBI agent.
Do this sometime
As-
How long of a commute was it to go from like the elementary
Just
school
a couple
to the...
minutes.
Okay.
Really?
Well, I
You
think
see it on top of the hill from
Alright.
your
I
location.
think within that time, I'm able to check my bureau-issued, iPhone.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm checking the years 1957, 1937, and 1917 of child
Roll to see if you get
disappearances.
reception.
So that's a year.
It's directly connected to a satellite, I'm sure.
It's true. We have an FBI satellite watching our every move.
Wow. It's so not connected to a satellite. In fact, I got no 6s and no 1s.
You have no 6s and no 1s.
I
rolled-
have literally nothing that I can.
Wait, that's a 6, isn't it?
No, that's a 4.
Oh man, that's 4 4s, 2 2s, and
Mike,
a 5.
Mike took my good rolls.
It's here.
Wait, does that mean that a candle goes out?
Yes, that's one.
Yeah.
That's a 0.
There's nothing that.
Yes, it does mean that
Oh shit! All right.
Oh, the can just go out?
Yeah, a
a
candle.
candle
just
goes
went
out.
And it was our.
Wait, what? Oh my god, what happened? I was
was
trying to do
you.
That
math.
was like literally the first roll that I think I've done today.
Hey, wait, there's a 6.
You have no signal.
No, it messed up.
You
Before there was nothing.
have no signal. In a way, you're stranded
Fudge.
with no connection to the outside world.
What were you?
As you make your way up towards the entrance of the country club, and a light goes out, and darkness returns.
Yikes.
Let's reveal our truths
Ooh.
before we move forward. And I'm going to tell the guys in the back, rock that music a lot more. There should never not be music, honestly. Keep the music rolling. Keep the music rolling at all times.
There's always music in my head.
The truth that was incorporated. Somebody asked, how did the candle go out? She failed a roll. If you get no 6s,
It's a fail.
it's a
Yeah.
failed roll.
No 6s and
And
no
I
1s.
add a die to mine, and we will now reveal the truths given to you by the
and
audience.
then we lose 1.
King of Evil 89, this was the truth that I incorporated into the story, said, Posey Petunia makes a discovery of a journal that belonged to both her mother and grandmother. She doesn't really know if this book has any importance, but it keeps catching her attention as great sentimental value to her.
Great
So
discovery.
that is the journal
Great.
that was discovered.
No, no,
It's
but-
Pandar
oh, yeah.
said hashtag truth. In a moment of quiet, the deputy hears a crunch of paper in his pocket. He discovers a crumpled up diary entry dated March 18th, but he can't discern the year. It was clearly written by a young girl. Did somebody slip it in his pocket? Now, it's Pandar. That's really close to GM powers. In fact, that is pretty much GM powers because you're saying that it was what it was, written by a young girl, and insinuating that somebody slipped in his pocket. That's pretty much GM powers. You're saying this is what happened. Discovery would work by just saying he found a piece of paper in his pocket with, that he could then take with him. Kind of like how the other one, Discovery, was of a journal.
Explore the star.
So it's kind of very close to a GM power, but I'll try to figure out how to work that in. J Pistol said, truth, hashtag feeling. As a journalist, Posey has always believed in the power of words. But the symbol on the paper that seemed to drive Hildred mad is something else. Posey can't stop thinking about it. She feels a deep need to learn its power.
I believe I have just solved it, actually.
It's not very hard to solve.
Don't take my
All right,
victory
well-
away from me, Zach. I figured it out, man.
I didn't figure it out. I didn't figure it out, so.
Thank you. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike.
Sagetopian for hashtag truth and hashtag character. Raynor had a wife once. He never believed the evidence, but she committed suicide by driving off of a cliff into the ocean. He can never shake the nightmare standing in the waves, a scream, headlights from the dark above heading toward him.
So I wasn't there, but I have nightmares of this.
You have nightmares about your wife.
where I'm there on the beach on
Committing
the cliffs.
suicide by
Oh
driving
my
off a cliff.
God. Okay.
Yikes.
Phew.
Worship.
Silver 10th. Hashtag truth, hashtag feeling. Raynor feels oddly calm in the town of Kolob. He feels almost like he's been there before, even though he's sure it's his first time here. But one word keeps popping up in his mind. Vermin.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for giving us those truths. Now remember, everyone, GM powers allow you to actually say what's happening and how it's happening. This hasn't been used tonight, and it wasn't used last week. It is the most powerful aspect in the game. It allows you to add to the story in a way that's immediate. I will incorporate it immediately, and you can really broaden things up with that, whereas the truths are contributing to background, feeling, and items that they can discover in the world. Okay. thank you for all the new viewers that are asking questions. The game just gets crazier and crazier from here, I can assure you, as they lose candles and things become more difficult and the
Sweet.
mystery starts unraveling.
We have 7 die
You can
left.
see how
7
to
dice.
interact with the show at 10candles.straightlogic.com
Okay.
and also see what truths the chat room has provided us. You can send them hope to make their dies not fail, which they seem to be needing help with tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And we do giveaways at every so many subscribers, so
Oh shit.
shall we continue with all the new information?
Yes.
And we begin Chapter 4. We open outside the country club. It's a very large white building, pristine,
Dusk.
ungodly clean. Yes, dusk.
Okay.
As the limo driver has made his way out the car and is walking you into the front. This way.
Just
Please.
Just a quick little flashback too. In the car on the right up there, I did show Agent Emery something. I had a feeling that the limousine may have been bugged. I don't know how technologically savvy the people in this town are, but I did, just in case it was, I wrote something down in my little notepad sketchbook thing and pointed it to Agent Emery. And on it says, we need to follow the money, $, in this town. So
Okay.
I showed it to her. She acknowledged it. She was like, yep, okay, cool. So now it's right back to...
Right back in. Okay.
Right back in.
And this definitely looks like money as
Yeah.
you walk in. Now, something that seems strange is this establishment has rooms, has a dining area, a bar, a general seating area with a fireplace in the middle, but it's empty. Completely empty.
Really?
As the limo driver keeps walking in front of you, every once in a while turning and slowly waving his hand for you to follow.
Okay.
You know, I love how not creepy this is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to say that real quick.
Please follow me.
Yes, we will.
Why are you talking like that?
Sorry, we didn't catch your name earlier, sir. What was it?
Andy.
Andy. Is that short for Andrew?
Andy.
What's your last name, Andy?
Courtney.
Andy Courtney. Oh, okay.
Please. He's waiting.
This would be your boss, Shiloh?
As he opens two large doors.
All right.
As you see in front of you this very large room with a chandelier, another fireplace on the opposite side, a desk on the right, and a group of couches on the other side, as you recognize the individual, Shiloh, on the other side. Ah! Yes, finally you've arrived. How did the meeting at the school go? Were they able to give you anything of him, anything good that can help you?
Well,
All
Oh, please,
information
please.
is-
I'm sorry. Why do I immediately start? I love a good drama. You know, we don't get those around here that much, and a mystery that needs to be solved is just gets me excited.
oh, indeed. Well, we obviously can't divulge, particulars of the investigation.
Of course. I wouldn't expect you to. You're professional law enforcement agents, the big leagues, right?
Indeed. Well, you invited us up here, so it seemed
Right.
like you had more information for us, perhaps about the town.
Yes. Oh, would you like anything to drink? Lemonade?
Sure.
Lemonade. Now we are famous for our wine, but I understand you don't drink on the jobs, right?
Definitely do
That's
not.
correct. We
Great.
are on the clock, Shiloh, so.
Sweetie, dear, please, lemonade. As you hear the door open on the other side, as a woman, hard to tell her age, but she's wearing a very childlike dress walks in and is kind of walking slow with a stumble. As you can tell that she is someone of special needs as she gets closer to the two of you. And she's carrying with her one lemonade on a platter, but she's holding the platter in two hands and walking and trying to hold it really still. And he's like, yes, you have it. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Yes, good, good. And then another woman, a little bit older, walks in behind her. Also hard, though, to really tell her age. In the exact same outfit. She's a little taller, a little bit larger, and very visibly older, but also carrying the lemonade on the tray in the exact same way. And it's almost as if they're racing each other, but walking fast. This woman also appears to be of special needs. Great, great, great. Yes, yes, you have it, you have it. Yes. Oh, you did it. The lemonade here, please. Yes, yes, these are my adopted daughters. If you don't, introduce yourselves. And they try to talk, but they can't. As they look at you, and and then kind of both nod their heads, like, yes.
Thank you very much for the lemonade.
Yes, this is Amy and Jamie.
Amy and Jamie.
They have
beautiful family.
Down syndrome, but they mean the world to us.
Yeah, Amy, Jamie, thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Do these...
They don't move, by the way. They just stand there above the top of you. After they've held your lemonades over, they're just standing there with the silver platters, and they don't move. They just stay. Kind of between you and Shiloh on the opposite side, as they just stand blocking your view as you're sitting on one couch and he's sitting on the other. So what did you want to talk about?
Real quick, I'd like to observe these women without, like, I'm staring or anything. Just kind of use my FBI skills. Do they look like they are sisters? Do they look like they're related?
Can you roll for me?
I would be happy to. He mentioned that they were adopted daughters, right? Jamie and Amy.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to I'm trying to look at them and figure out if they, and I'm already trying to determine if they are 20, 30, how old they are, you know.
While he's doing that, since the view is blocked between us and Shiloh, I'm observing the room. You know, because it's very weird that there's
only... It's a very large, like you said, it's a very large room, country club, kind of main office.
Okay, so this isn't important, but I got a 3, 2 4s, and a 5, and 3 1s. So
you have 2 hope from the audience.
You can burn something to reroll those ones.
I'm going to burn my virtue.
And what is that?
Trusting.
Oh.
I am a trusting person, but you know what? Question, Zach, when I burn this, does it mean that I have to use it or that I'm losing it? That I am no longer trusting?
It's done.
It's done?
You use it in that moment.
I'm using it
but
in
it's
this
not
moment?
something that you would necessarily use again.
I see.
So it's basically like you cross it out.
I did. I crossed it out. So how would I...
It kind of goes against your investigation in this moment, doesn't it? It's okay. Reroll those 3 1s.
It kind of does. It kind of does. Oh,
Ooh,
great. A 6.
Got a 6.
And 2 1s.
Well, we've got 2 hopes, so...
Yeah,
I will allow you to use the hope from the audience if you would like.
So then I re-roll them, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yay!
A 6 and a 5. So I got
2 6s.
2 6s.
Okay. And what is it that you're trying to see?
I'm
You're
trying to use
tell
my
if they're
FBI
sisters or
skills.
not.
Yes, if they themselves are related, if they look like they could have disappeared when they were 10 years old in 1997 and in 1977. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
They do not look like sisters.
Okay.
There's definitely too much of an age difference between the 2 of them. Now, their exact ages seem impossible for you to determine.
Okay.
It's hard to tell.
Is it 20s or 30s, or I can't even tell?
It's hard to tell given they are both dressed like children.
Yeah, that's throwing me off.
So
Okay.
And the state of their disability makes it very difficult for you to tell how much of a life they've lived through, as it's very clear both of them have lived through a lot.
Okay. It's good to know.
So, Shiloh.
Yes.
So it seemed like you had things that you wanted to tell us. And I mean, why did you invite us up to?
I wanted you to get a good look at the town from up high.
Oh,
A good chance to see the valley
well, how about you take us
for
on
what
a
it
tour
is.
then?
Not yet.
Okay.
No, of course. I don't want to disturb my lovely daughters as they're still standing directly in front of you, blocking your view of Shiloh.
Are there any?
I don't want to upset them. They seem to like you both.
Are there any members of the country club here right now, currently, or is it after hours, or?
No. I may have let it slip that some FBI agents were in town, and it seems that everyone cleared out. Not good for business having people poking around in town. A lot of people come here to get away from all of what you represent.
You have a lot of tourists in this town?
Here, yes, they come here. As you've seen, we have one place for people to stay downtown with only one available room. So
Right. Yes.
this is where people come.
Yeah,
and I
it's-
provide them with the true experience of Kolob.
Okay. It's so interesting that people cleared out. It seems that we've been a bit of a novelty up to this point, where people keep on coming up to us. So how interesting that nobody wanted to come tonight if they knew that we were here. Just making an observation.
That's an observation.
Yeah. How long have you lived in town, Shiloh?
Your whole life?
My whole life.
Your
Yeah.
whole life.
My whole life. This
So, how many
establishment
years?
passed down to me by my father and his father before him.
So the Anaz have been here since when? Like it was since it was established?
1906.
Wow.
At least as far as we have record. I'm sure you can find all of this in your fancy government databases.
Yes, but it's so much better to just be able to talk to people. I mean, isn't that what small
I
towns are
agree.
all about? Finding information out, the old-fashioned way?
The two daughters place their silver trays directly in front of you as they're still blocking your view of Shiloh.
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't even have a sip, but I'll put it back on there.
Yeah.
As they take the 2 full glasses of lemonade and both race out of the room. They like you.
That's
Well,
nice.
It's
We
quite
like
the
them.
compliment. They don't like a lot of people. Care to see the view?
Sure.
Sure.
As he stands and walks to the other side of the office and opens the doors, a cold breeze blows its way in as you step out on the balcony overlooking the entire valley.
About how old would we guess Shiloh is? 50s?
Late 60s.
Late 60s.
So, I want you to get a good look. Understand what it is we have to lose here when you upset people.
Well, I think it's a lot more upsetting to have children disappearing than it is to have FBI agents coming in to find out why children are
I
disappearing.
agree.
Yeah.
Child. A year ago. Died falling in the river.
Allegedly.
A shame. A real tragedy. And a year later you show up and start picking around and drive a woman to her death.
Wow, that's an assumption to make.
I just call it as I see it, but this town is a very fragile ecosystem. You see, it's my job to make sure that it's taken care of. I mean, I provide for everyone you see below here.
Is
Yes,
All
well,
of these lights are my children.
Indeed. Well, it's our job to make sure that children do not disappear, Mr. Anna. It's our job to follow up
And I
when
understand.
there's been more than one disappearance in this entire town. In fact, you have lived here your entire life. During that time, there have been at least 3 disappearances.
Mr. Na, do you remember
3 disappearances.
the little girl that disappeared in 1997?
Florence Werner.
No.
Are you sure? Take a
Oh,
second.
I'm sure.
Think back. It was a long time ago.
You
20
see the
years
farm
to be exact.
down there? To the south?
Sure.
Yes.
That farm is a gift. Let's call it a gift from God.
All right.
Why would you say that?
Where are you going with
Mr.
this?
Anna?
Where are you going with this?
I say that because it is. In this valley, do you believe in God?
I think that's besides the point.
I disagree completely.
I believe in a higher power.
Great. We're on the same page then. I'm sure you read about our town. Year-wide produce harvests.
Something to do with being basically encapsulated
One of the only
in
wineries
this.
open year-round in the Pacific Northwest. Our little hidden valley.
Miraculous, even.
I'd call it that.
A miracle.
That too.
A gift from God.
Exactly.
Like that
That
farm.
farm provides an endless supply of wealth for myself that I harvest to feed my children below. They live comfortable lives, happy lives. And it's fragile. Peace is always fragile, is it not?
It depends on who's keeping the peace and who's declaring war.
It's a town effort.
But you seem to, Shiloh, be taking a lot of that responsibility of the town's well-being on your own shoulders. You know, that can be a burden. That can be a lot. That can be stressful. That can be...
You might want to sweep some things under the
Full-time
rug, and that
Oh.
might interfere with that peace.
Now that's presumptuous.
Is it?
We do our best to rid ourselves of any problems.
Is
that
part
might
of
come
that,
up.
Shiloh, is part of that ridding of a problem looking for scapegoats? Because earlier you seemed to suggest that my partner and I were the reason for this mentally troubled woman who killed herself earlier this
She
afternoon.
seemed fine the day before you showed
No,
up.
she did not, sir. No, she did not.
She seemed fine to me. She's been here working.
Well, then either
Happily.
you're not very observant, sir, or you're being willfully ignorant to a woman who clearly had mental health issues, who we saw earlier this afternoon get taken away by your sheriff, trying to maintain peace and order, and instead of getting her some sort of help that she clearly needed, she
Mental
was
health issues.
locked up in an interrogation room until she apparently took her own life. Yes. Mental health.
issues.
Yes, sir. I'll say it one more time. Mental health issues.
Well, it's not likely that a sane person would bash their own head in an interrogation
No, it's not,
room.
is it? It's not likely a
It
sane
is.
person
No.
would do that at all, is it?
No.
Definitely not.
I find it very strange, Mr. Anna, that you seem to care so much about this wonderful town, and yet you don't seem to have a problem with the fact that little girl went missing a year ago.
Oh, I have a problem with it.
Little girl went missing 20 years before that,
I
in
paid for the
1997.
search.
And
We
20
searched the
years
entire
before
river.
that,
Couldn't find her body.
1977, another little girl went missing as well. You were still in the town then, correct?
I've never seen any official documentation about these disappearances.
But these disappearances did happen,
Did
correct?
they?
I'm asking you. You went straight to official documentation as opposed to saying, no, I've never heard about anything like that. Now, it seems to me like a small town that's very concerned with maintaining a peaceful status to outsiders might be able to brush something like that under the carpet, like my partner earlier hinted at. So, why don't you tell us about the little girls that disappeared in 97 and in 77?
Because the absence of justice is not peace. It's just the absence of justice.
What if I told you we have our own form of justice here and it suits us just fine?
What if I told
What do
you
you
that
mean
would
by
be
that, sir?
illegal, and we could have a lot more of our friends from the FBI come and visit your small town, sir?
Or you could just simply tell us what we need to know right now.
Ah, please. As you turn your heads, the two daughters are standing directly behind you as you were unable to hear them come up from behind. On their silver platters they now hold 3 glasses of dark red wine. They could sense I was trying to prove a point as he grabs one glass and motions for you two to take the other.
We're on the clock.
Unfortunately, we can't drink tonight.
This cup is the new covenant in my blood. Do this as often as you drink it in remembrance of me. I give you full access to the town. anything you need, you can have it. If that helps you get out of here as quickly as possible, then so be it. My records, I will instruct the sheriff that he must not obstruct your investigation in any way, shape, or form. Everything will be made available to you so you can see that there's nothing to hide, and you will leave immediately.
Thank you for the courtesy, Mr. Anah. Sam, Agent Rayner, I have to visit the bathroom. Perhaps one of your lovely daughters could direct me towards the nearest bathroom?
They both will. Go ahead. As he looks directly at the two of them, and they both smile, kind of trying to anyway, and nod and turn and just start walking. Better follow. They'll go,
I follow.
whether you follow or not.
I'll stay here. Are we like at a balcony? We're at a balcony, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stay here with Shiloh.
Along the way to the bathroom, I'm looking around the country club, looking if there are any open doors. Basically, I'm trying to find anything unusual, or perhaps if I end up walking past Shiloh's office, I would peek my head in there.
You're in his office, or you were.
Oh, that was
large
his
room.
office?
That was his office.
Well, then I'm looking around for anything unusual as I'm following.
As you're following
and I'm
the two
also
girls,
trying to
you notice
with them.
that everyone they pass in the hall, and this is just people who work here, individuals who work in the country club, wait staff, bartenders, things like that, who are all cleaning up for the night since it appears all patrons have left. They all smile and nod at the two women, never talking to them, but smile and nod as they continue walking their way down the long hall, as they stop and kind of both part, revealing the women's bathroom. Along the way, you just see a normal country club. Nothing unusual.
Okay. Thank you, Amy and Jamie. I know the way back, so you don't have to wait for me.
As you step into the restroom, the two of them turn and follow you in.
Okay.
As you make your way into the stall and shut the door, the two of them stand directly on the opposing of the stall. As you see their feet with their small black shoes and tall white socks going up to their dresses, motionless, pointing directly towards you inside the stall.
Okay. Well, I didn't actually have to use the bathroom, so I will just check my signal one more time.
You do not have a signal.
I do
we go
not
back
have
out
a
to
signal.
the balcony and you just flush.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
phantom flush.
Back out on the balcony with Agent Rayner. Does that please you, Agent?
I gotta be honest, Mr. Anah, no it does not, and I understand that it may seem as if my partner and I are coming into your small town and ruffling feathers and messing
It
things
does
up.
seem that way.
I understand that, sir, but you gotta put yourself in my position. I'm coming into this tight-knit community. A little girl went missing, and quite frankly, whether or not you want to admit it, it seems as though no one truly cared. Now, we weren't here a year ago. We were not here a year ago.
We all grieved.
I believe that. But I also believe that the very fact that this little girl went missing makes the town look bad. And it's really disappointing to me, sir, that would be more important than actually finding the girl, alive or not.
We spent a lot of resources trying to find the girl. And
You said you paid for the search yourself.
yes, of course.
How long after she went missing did that search begin?
Well, the day of, immediately.
Day of.
We begun that
So
search.
she went to school that day, was the 20th, I believe, and disappeared exactly when? The records say it was
sometime that night.
sometime that night. So
She never came home.
So her parents call it in, and there isn't the normal 24, 48-hour waiting period before declaring legally a person.
We wouldn't do that here.
I wouldn't think so.
100 people, a small girl goes missing. You have to find her as quickly as possible.
So what did the search entail? Was it volunteers? Was it
Everyone. The whole town.
yourself included?
Of course.
Where did everybody search?
The whole river. Up and down, the woods, the mountain, the farm.
The homeless camp?
I know some people might lead you that way, given they're drifters and all, but
What do you think happened?
they have a special place in my heart.
The homeless.
Everyone in this town serves their purpose.
It's very altruistic of you.
They're just as important as everyone else.
What purpose do they serve?
Well, they help the town.
How?
It's good for people to always know how bad it could be. There's always lower, you know?
And to be content with the lot in life that they have, right? They may look up at this hill and think, man, we should have that. But
One day.
if they look down to the homeless camp, they'll say, well, at least we're not there.
Exactly.
Washing my hands in the sink, chatting with Amy and Jamie.
They're not chatting back.
I know, I'm just
They
talking
stand
to
behind
them.
you, staring at you in the mirror.
That's
Yeah.
terrifying. Don't kill children.
And then also
Children.
I'm like, oh, Amy, Jamie, did you know Cindy? Did you know anybody named Cindy? Yeah. She was a little girl that also lived here. Not here, but in the town. She disappeared. She's lost somewhere, and we're trying to find her. Cindy Baker.
I'm going to have you roll really quick. I will not let you describe the outcome of this roll if you succeed.
Okay. Let this not be a chapter ender. Oh, 2 6s, 1 1. Do we have any hope?
You have 2 hope available.
I'm gonna use one of those hope. Thank you. 4. 2 6s.
Okay. You dodge the punch that Amy throws.
Oh!
Whoa!
As she immediately swings at you and hits the glass, breaking the glass as her hand begins to bleed. As then Jamie swings and you dodge that one as well with her left arm and hits the glass and her hand begins to bleed. As the two of them then start hitting the glass and trying to hit you, but as you duck down and out of the way, they don't seem to notice quickly enough that you're not even standing there anymore. As the two of them then look down at their hands and in unison, as 2 of the waitstaff come running in, immediately grabbing them. What did you do? What did you do?
I asked them.
No, stop.
I
As
didn't
they're
do
standing on
anything.
the ground, screaming at the top of their lungs as Shiloh and you hear this on the balcony. As he just drops his glass and begins to run down the hallway
I run
as they
after
come
him.
running down the way. As Shiloh runs, busting in through the room, ducks down to shh, stop, everything's fine, shh. It's okay. What did you do?
I was
Nixon, are
just-
you alright? What happened?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
What happened?
I was just chatting with them, and I brought up the name Cindy Baker, and then they started swinging.
As he's got
Okay.
his hands
Alright.
on both of their heads and he's kind of like petting their hair slowly as they're both sitting on the ground in the fetal position, holding their hands, crying in unison. Shh. Just leave. You should leave.
I
Leave.
think it's time we left.
I kneel down really quick next to them and be like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
As you kneel down, Amy, the younger one, tries to claw towards your face as she immediately lashes out towards your face as you kind of pull
Okay.
her back
Okay.
Yeah.
Come
away
on.
from it. Just go.
Okay.
Leave. My driver will take you down the hill.
Alright, let's go.
Just
Okay.
go.
Andy, let's go.
After you.
Let's go. We'll meet you out front. Come on, Andy. And we're walking in front of him.
As you're walking in front and you make your way towards the front, you notice
I keep my eye on him.
standing at the front by the limo is Sheriff Asim.
Oh, fuck.
Quite the commotion going down in there. Sounds like you upset the girls.
Were you already here? Were you on your way, Sheriff?
Just waiting. Don't worry about it. Andy, I'll take him down the hill. Hop in.
What's the occasion for the ride, Sheriff?
Just wanted to catch up.
Okay, good.
Oh. Usually it seems like we've been chasing after you, so Anything that you want to lay on us, it sounds good.
Hop in.
Shotgun.
Jesus.
All right, I'll sit in the back.
You sit in the back, and as you notice as the doors close, they're auto-locked, and there's a gate in front. As you're basically trapped back there.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Please don't upset the girls.
Completely didn't mean to, but it seems like Cindy Baker is a hot button issue for just about everybody in this town. You know,
They were
this-
heavily affected by Cindy's disappearance.
In what way?
Cindy was their tutor. Cindy had a real connection with the girls.
Now, this is the
She was
first
able
time-
to get through to them.
This is the first time we're hearing that Cindy had any extracurricular activities.
She was a bright one, I'm sure you've heard that.
Yes, we
Yeah.
have.
Very smart.
Basically, that's just about all that we know of her. But Sheriff, since it's a teensy bit of a drive, how about you let us know some more about Cindy?
I was given a memo that you are to have complete access to the town,
News
and that I will
travels
cooperate.
fast.
So consider me your personal chauffeur.
Actually, if you can just take us back to our car, we're parked
Consider me your
outside.
personal chauffeur.
Great. If you can take us back to the school where our car is, then that would be great.
I believe you have a ride. Where would you like to go next?
To the school, Sheriff.
For our car, Sheriff.
Well, you can get your car, but you're riding with me. It's the
We'll-
quickest and easiest way to get to the bottom of all of this.
We're going to get our car and we're going to go ahead and call it a night. And we'll pick it up again in the morning. Then you can drive us around town if you'd like.
Although there is something that I would like for you to answer really quick, Sheriff, because I'm sure that you're going to give us all of the case files for this, since you're being so open and considerate with
course.
this for Cindy Baker and everything. Something that Shiloh kept on bringing up over and over again was the farm. Can you tell us about the farm? The farm seems to be located not that far away from the school. Well, not that far away from anything, right?
You'll notice
Because
on the map there's like 2 lines on the road on the way out. It's actually a couple miles outside of town. I use
Gotcha.
those 2 lines to help describe that there's a break and it's a little further out. But
more
a
distance.
couple miles out
More
of town.
distant, okay. Because everything is so close in this town, and apparently the search happened right away, and wouldn't be a bad idea for us to check out outlying properties, and the farm seems to be a place of interest. Can you tell us about it? Who owns it?
Yeah. It's a farm. Shitheads.
Oh, there it is.
Look, I'm getting really tired of the condescending tone you 2 fancy pants FBI agents throw around.
Oh my God.
I'm getting really tired of, even after all of this, you still trying to obstruct our investigation.
There it is. That's that tone right there.
Keep
I don't like it.
Keep your insecurities in check, Sheriff, okay? We don't give a shit, all right? You want to do your job, you think we're coming in here to tell you how to do your job, when it's pretty clear that the person who's telling you how to do your job is the owner of the country club, Sheriff. What the hell's that about?
We're trying to help find a missing
Look, without
girl.
him, I wouldn't have a job, and no one in this town would.
What, does he pay your bills?
Technically, yes.
He writes your checks? Really?
In a way,
How?
the town wouldn't exist without that country club and the winery attached to it.
You're a government employee, Sheriff. There's lots of towns that wouldn't exist without affluent families, but we don't owe those families.
I owe this town as the elected official.
So, is there some reason why you still
You want to go to
haven't-
the damn farm? I'll take you to the damn farm.
We want to go to our car,
Yeah,
Sheriff.
we're calling it a night, Sheriff.
Great. As he pulls into the school lot.
You still haven't answered anything about the farm. Who owns it?
It's a farm.
Who owns the farm? Sheriff?
I'm stressing out over here.
It depends. On the deed, it's going to say Brooke Greer. James runs it, though. We'll call Brooke the figurehead. And their son, Jimmy, well, you'll get to know him, I'm sure.
So they're a family that lives out there. Brooke, James, and Jimmy. All of them Greers.
Yeah.
James and Jimmy, the same guy.
Yeah, look, I'm sure you got all this in your official government databases and shit. So can you just... What? It's a farm.
Great.
All right? They grow the grapes. They slaughter the hogs. What more do you need to know?
All right.
Nothing more tonight. If you can just deliver those case files to 3A in Sharon Motel, we would really appreciate that. And thank you for the drive to our car.
I'll have Janice send them over.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
As he drops you off at your car and just stays sitting in his.
Yeah, I figured.
Sam, I can't stand this
I know.
asshole.
Let's just go.
I was about to sucker punch him.
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand how difficult it was not to.
Well, nice work. Are you driving or am I driving?
You know what? You go ahead and drive this
Okay.
time, because
All right.
I'm seriously, that took a lot of self-control. Because he's got that kind of chin. He's got that chin, Sam, that needs to have some hands thrown at it, and that almost happened.
Oh, I know the chin.
Oh, you don't know how professional I just was right then.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
All right,
All
let's...
We
What the
told
hell
him
happened
that
in
we.
that bathroom? What the hell happened?
I brought up Cindy Baker because
In a
I-
nice way? What
in a
happened?
very nice way.
Jesus.
And then they just started swinging at me.
Those poor girls.
Yeah, this entire
They
town.
didn't look like sisters to me.
No, they didn't look like it to me either.
What the hell is going on?
You know, we told him that we're calling
gonna
it a
cut away
night.
from you two because we gotta
All right.
start
We're gonna
moving
basically
things.
keep doing that
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
an hour.
No, but I want to go to the farm.
Oh yeah,
I want
no,
to.
we will.
Uh,
We're
we
going
we
to
will.
the farm.
We will.
We cut back into Posey and
Okay,
Deputy Decker.
should be at her house. And we've
As-
been looking at this already.
All right, so you've been there. You didn't find anything in your house, but you have been looking at the information, and something that stands out to you as a name that comes up in the journal
Uh-huh.
and comes up in the pieces of paper. On one of the pieces of paper, it says Healing Spirit, and next to it says Ally.
Healing Spirit Ally.
You know that the owner of Healing Spirit is Kelly Hadley.
Kelly Hadley.
Deputy would know that anyway.
And then, what's the time, and would I know where her place of residence is?
You would know exactly where
Right.
the Healing Spirit is.
Great. You know what? There's all these letters, and there's all these symbols, and there's the map of Kolob, and there's numbers there. Can you make any sense of this? Because
Some, but not all of it.
Okay. What do you know?
I've done a little code breaking when I was a teenager,
Right.
and some of this looked really familiar. And
Okay,
I have to
'cause
say,
I'm
I've
lost.
decoded a couple of words, and it's not good.
Okay.
The main word featured is death.
Okay.
The one thing I was able to decode is the drawing that Hildred did for us right
Yes.
before she died.
Okay.
And I've decoded it, and it means death, you. I think that's an omen. I think she's telling us something she saw or she knows.
There was
I
a
think we're in danger. Very much. And the sign outside, I don't know if you ever noticed the sign that leads into our village. That had a symbol on too, and I wrote that down the minute I moved in because I thought that looked weird and it
Okay.
didn't just look like a
What
tag.
did it say? According to this.
Well, that's. Is it?
Death.
Again, it's death.
Yep. Well, we're seeing how deep the rabbit hole is getting. So
Some of this is messed up on here. You've got code words for fawn, for lock, for
That's
voice.
what
Some of the
Hildred
things
was
Hildred
saying.
said, but we've also got council here. We've got totem.
she said that
We've
as
got
well.
wall. We've got hive. We've got vermin. You said that might be the homeless
Yep.
people.
She said,
Something that you would know, Decker,
yeah.
is that Kelly Hadley is on the city council.
Interesting.
That is something that would be information available to you.
Interesting. 3 people here. The council is here, and it's got these lines here. It's the line says it's either 1 or L,
That's the problem. They're so similar. How we just have to.
and these. says there's the hive. There's these
The
numbers.
hive, there's 9 ticks under the
and
hive.
it says 10, always 10 on the top
10,
left.
always 10, and on the map there's
And
lots
so
of
can we
different
say
numbers.
could we say that these represent people and there's 3 on the count?
It could represent people, it could represent power. I haven't decoded
Okay,
it all
if
yet.
we don't have the complete picture, I feel like we need to work with what we've got, and we've got a name. That's what we've got so far. So, what say we?
There's something I should tell you. And now that I know my grandmother really is involved in all of this.
Okay.
She left me a note when I moved into the house that I didn't think much of. I just thought it was crazy ramblings, but she said if you ever have a daughter, move. My mother moved, and she had me, but now I'm fucking back here. I don't feel good about that.
Well, like I said, I'm with you to the end, Posey. So
What do you
This-
think we should do? Do you know?
I think we should head to Healing Spirit. That's the only lead we've got right now.
Do you think?
We're not getting anywhere with this, to be honest. I feel like we need more help. It
We
says
need
here that she's
allies.
an ally. Right now, that's what I say.
Where does it say she's an ally? Does it say it on here?
It's it in the book.
Yes. It says
So
it in the
here's the
book and
thing.
on one of the sheets of paper.
That belonged to my grandmother.
Yes.
If she is in some kind of secret cult, it could be an ally to her, not us. So we need to be careful.
Hildred was saying that she's the catalyst.
My grandmother.
And Gary was trying to see it through.
Yeah.
I automatically saw Gary and Janice on the same team, but now I'm beginning to think
And that's
otherwise.
the other thing. Are they trying to start something, or are they trying to stop something? Were they trying to start this happening, or were they trying to
Well,
stop it?
this is what I have to say, Posey. We're not going to get any answers until we get to the very bottom of this and see.
We need more help.
Yep. We've got the FBI and we've got this lead here. But I don't know. I don't know.
We don't talk to her, but we don't tell her anything. We don't know if she's on our side
Okay.
or their side.
Okay, that's fair. Let's.
And let's just keep an eye out for anyone watching
Okay.
us.
Okay. So we start driving towards Healing Spirit.
Healing Spirit. It's a shop on the square, not too far from the city hall. That's
Okay.
got rocks, dream catchers,
Mm-hmm.
It's my kind of
trinkets that they sell to
Smell
tourists that you've never
Stuff. Yeah, it smells good.
in your life, of course, taken seriously. Healing crystals, they call them.
What building number is it? Do you have it on the map?
It is. I do have it. If you really want to know,
Yeah.
I think it just slows us down, so I'm not going to answer.
Okay.
you. So it
Okay.
doesn't,
Okay.
That's
it
fine.
doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Irrelevant. Yep.
If it
Okay.
doesn't matter, it
It's
doesn't
in
matter.
the. It's on the square.
Yep.
So as you're pulling up towards the square, you realize on one side of town there's a couple buildings that had been recently renovated.
Mhm.
There's some lights on, and everything else is off except for the bar and the Healing Spirit. There's a light on, and you see like the rocks and the window display and things like that. But the door itself has got frosted glass on it, so you can't see inside. But it is, the lights are on.
Okay, we go up to it.
Wait. Why are we here? We gotta have a reason for coming to visit her. To tell her. Maybe we
How
go
much do you want to divulge
as
about this?
little as possible to as few people as possible.
Well, I mean, I don't know what to say. What do you have any?
Maybe we're here for a psychic reading. We've had bad
Sure.
feelings about. I don't know.
you
let's
take
see
the
what
lead
she
because
knows.
this
Oh,
is
God.
mumbo jumbo to me.
Okay. Fuck.
As the door immediately opens, and you see someone you would recognize, Werner. Werner Florence standing in front of you. He's got long curly hair and glasses. Yes, come in. Yes, come in.
How you doing, Venna?
Yes, come on. She was
After you.
expecting you. Come on.
Oh,
As he
okay.
closes the door behind you. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm so excited. We've been waiting.
You have.
Waiting.
What
yes,
have you heard?
she knew you were coming.
She did she? Mm-hmm.
Does she have something to tell us?
No, because she's not here.
Where is she?
I am greeting you. I will help you. Please come.
Where's Miss
is-
Hadley, Venna?
Come.
Okay, we follow him.
Okay, so she left me a very detailed set of instructions as he pulls out a piece of paper from his pocket. As he does that, you realize as this paper pulls out from his pocket that you feel a piece of paper in your pocket. And you pull out this piece of paper when he pulls out his.
Wait, now what is this?
It's a diary entry dated March 18th, and it looks like the writing of a little girl, but it's all crumbled up.
What the hell? Where did this just
And on that diary entry is a drawing, and it's this.
What is that?
What's it look
I
like?
can't quite see it.
What's
It's
it?
basically some sort of creature with 6 legs
Oy.
and 8 eyes,
Whew.
Like a little squid.
like a
or-
mix of a squid and a spider.
Mhm.
Okay.
Did
What-
it have like crossbones on it? Or anything? Like was
No.
there any symbols or anything? It's
No.
just that little
What
creature.
was the
No
date on that
symbols.
It
again?
was March 18th, wasn't it?
March.
You pull this out as not important, not important. I've listed rules.
Stop sharing.
Oh.
Okay, then they will arrive while I'm in the meeting and welcome them, and then bring them to the back, and
This feels like a
touch the crystal. Hold it, both of you. Touch the crystal. Hold it and listen, and don't let them leave. Okay.
Kelly gave you these.
Crystal!
Jeez.
As he points down in front of him on the table is this kind of white crystal rock.
I'm rolling my eyes.
You said you had something to tell us. Can you tell us?
He wants
Crystal rock!
He wants to touch us to touch the crystal. Touch it, touch it.
Fine.
As you touch it, both of you, in an instance, in a split second, feel your consciousness leave your body. As you are transported to the viewpoint of someone. As it's muffled and dark and swaying as it's walking in to a building. This building is clean and white. And as this person's viewpoint is walking through, you see all these different wax kind of sculptures of ex-presidents and celebrities. As you're moving through, you notice one light in the distance glowing as you're walking towards it. And you see sitting down in front of you a collection of 9 individuals.
The council.
Deputy Decker, you recognize these individuals as Randy Evelyn, Aaron Setter, Gabby, Bobby, you don't have to write this down.
Okay. Thank God.
Ashley, Jewel, Lauren, Hillary, Dr. Wallace, Ronnie, Odell, Tristan, and you know all these individuals on the city council. The only person you don't see on the city council is Kelly Hadley, the woman you were going to meet. As one of them stands up and looks and nods and says, Kelly. The other individual you see standing in the back of the room is the owner and operator of the River Valley Art Gallery, Mallory Jenkins.
Oh, motherfucking Mallory.
The sound
Motherfucker.
echoing throughout your mind, throughout your head as you are inside this other body is distant. We've all gathered here as there is a problem that very clearly needs to find an immediate solution.
That's awesome.
As this is
That's very
Randy Evelyn standing at the head of the council. These agents have the ability to bring down everything we've worked so hard for.
This is recent.
They need to be dealt with.
Oh my God.
We've been told by a seed that they will most likely be headed to the farm. They will find nothing. Do not fear. But if they dig deeper, We need to be prepared to move. The rest of them are kind of nodding.
That's cool.
In agreement. Looking at each other, whispering to each other. Someone looking towards who you now know you are in the body of Kelly Hadley. Looking towards Kelly. Nodding with her.
This is happening right now, I bet.
Now, there are more pressing matters. We are to repair the spine, close the loop. Mallory must be on his way. And it's unfortunate, given the circumstances, that we must lose one of our valued members. But without him, we would crumble. So we must vote for a new member in Mallory's absence. Mallory, you may leave and collect the seed. They all nod in agreement as Mallory stands without saying anything, bows his head, and exits the room. Would anyone like to bring any new members to the floor? As they begin discussing names of other people in the town, and you hear these names coming out, they're all business owners within the area. For a split second, the connection is lost. As you're back in the room, the both of you. Is it working? Is it working? You're not saying.
How do we get back? How do we get back?
Oh, okay. As he places your hands back on it immediately, as you're immediately kind of back inside her mind. Then we are in agreement. And they will be joining us effective nearly immediately.
Shit. Fuck.
Damn it, Werner.
We must, at all costs, fulfill our duty. If it falls upon the bull, then so be it. For they should never reach the totem. The farm will make her move tonight. The lock proved to be insubstantial. If it falls to the bull, so be it. As they all nod in agreement, as the body you're inhabiting stands up, turns, and begins to exit. You remove your hands from the crystal.
Did you feel like that was happening right now as well?
Yes, I think so.
Do you think we should leave?
Wait.
Do you know what we just saw?
No, tell me.
We're not
She was waiting for you. She knew you needed to see it.
Thank you.
Can we speak to Kelly Hadley?
She mustn't.
Okay.
It would implicate her.
Okay.
She has to remain secret.
Okay.
You can talk to me. I can help you.
Okay.
I've got a long list of instructions. Keep you here.
Vanna,
Tell us what you know.
I have some specific questions for you.
Okay?
What's the bull?
The bull.
If you don't know, it's fine. You can just say you don't know.
You mean the sheriff?
Thank you.
Great.
He's the bull.
He's protecting the totem, is he not?
Yeah.
What is the totem?
What do you mean?
He is protecting the totem. What is the totem, Werner?
Is the totem a real object or is it symbolizing something? Does
Well,
it
it's-
stand for
sorry.
something?
I would assume that it's. Well, it's Kolob, right?
Okay.
It's here. It's the hill.
The hell?
The totem at the top.
Does Kelly want us to help or stop what's happening?
Of course. That's why you're here. She knew you were coming. Your grandmother. She was close
Close to what?
to unveiling.
The secrets? Or starting something.
No.
To closing the loop.
What is the loop?
It's the cycle.
Of what?
Everything.
Do you know about my mother?
No?
Okay.
Questions.
Okay. Who
I like questions.
what is the
I
fawn?
feel useful.
What is the fawn, Werner?
Fawn. The principal.
Okay. Okay.
She's very attractive.
Yes. How about the lock? What is the lock?
I don't know.
How about the voice? What is the voice?
Oh, that's probably the preacher.
Okay. What is the temple?
Well, that's probably the church, stupid.
Fair. Okay. Now, how about the hive?
That's the people in the town.
How about the gate?
Huh?
The gate.
Oh, the gate. Well, the gate is the doorway. Are there not always? A leading to somewhere, an essence that pushes you out and into something else, or something comes through. Either you can leave or something comes in. One or the other, both of which can be very bad.
I have a question. The gate. Is something trying to come through the gate, or was my grandma trying to stop the gate from opening?
Semantics.
Not the same thing.
How about
the same
what is Cindy Baker's role in all of this?
What do they need the girls for?
You don't know?
Do you?
She was smart.
Okay.
Very smart.
Yes.
It likes the smart ones.
What is it?
It likes the smart ones. It likes the smart ones. It likes the smart ones.
Are they still alive?
Define.
Can they come back? Okay.
Werner, what does Kelly want of us? What are we doing here? We're trying to.
I
We're
think
trying to-
Kelly is our ally. She wanted to give us a spy.
We're trying to find. We were trying to find Cindy Baker. Now we've walked into something way bigger than I think just a missing child. What is the town got to do with this? What does?
I'm glad you're finally catching up, Deputy.
Yeah, I really am, and I'm not sure if I want to go further, but I will. So Werner, can you help us?
Where do they take the smart ones?
The totem.
They bring them here to the town.
The country club. You're talking about the country club, right? The hill.
The smart ones.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
to the hill, to the country club.
Yep. So I think this is the country club is where it's going to be. We can't just waltz in there. So, what's our next step? What does Kelly want? We've got.
List.
Stand.
Do not let them leave.
Stop showing him things.
Okay.
Stop
Leave?
I locked you
sharing.
in here.
Stop
You can't
sharing.
leave.
Why not?
It's on the list. Do not let them leave.
Okay.
Until
okay.
what point? Here, let me see that.
This is my list.
Werner.
I was left this list.
Okay, Werner.
It's an important list.
What is this?
It gave you the crystal.
This is from Janice.
Stop showing things. I'm going
It
to
says
punch you in the
it
face,
says an
Deputy.
incomplete foundation. What does that mean? Do you know?
Complete foundation. It means it's not done. It's never done.
The loop
You
is
can't.
still
You have
open.
to close the loop. You can
How
only.
do we close the loop?
I don't know.
Why does Kelly want you to keep us here? Is she coming back?
I think she was scared.
She was looking out for our safety. Well,
I don't think that's
The
why.
bull.
Yeah.
she's scared.
Council.
Is the bull looking for us? Does he know where we are? Does he know that we're here?
Okay. Do you know what? I'm Gabriel's completely lost in.
The country club. I think the country club has something to do with the
We
disappearance.
cut back
case.
to the FBI agents inside room 3A.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the plan is we're going to wait till about 10 p.m., 10:30 to head out to the farm.
Yeah, I think we need to take a
lay
look
low.
there.
I agree.
And usually people, that farmers, retire early. Yeah, I at least know that from television. But in general, they retire early, so
Okay.
we'll get there, look around.
What do you expect to find out there?
You know, at this point, I don't know what we're going to find in this town. I'm hoping that we find something to make some sense.
Shh. A manila folder slides under your hotel room door.
Stand up.
Oh shit.
I go over to pick it up.
Inside it are the case files for Cindy Baker.
Wow, it was thin enough to fit under the door.
Fucking
I'm
dirt.
so glad
Open
they
the
did
door,
an
open the damn
in-depth
door, open the damn
investigation.
door.
Pay dirt.
It describes
Open the
inside
damn
of
door.
it
Who's out there?
We opened the door to see.
Oh my god. It's fine.
nothing.
Okay, at least checked.
An empty hallway.
Close the door.
Or, I should say, an empty parking lot. Inside, it's just a detailed account of everything basically you were told up at the country club.
The official record, she probably disappeared by the river. Is there anything in there about homeless people?
No.
Anything about her pink backpack?
No.
So there's even information missing from the official record.
Yeah, because according to December, your favorite, she said that there was the backpack, and it's a possibility that
Your
Sheriff would have
hotel phone, motel phone, rings.
that. Hello?
Yes, is Agent Rayner there? Sam. Is Sam there?
Oh, Miss Meryl, right? I'm sorry, December.
You can just call me December.
Right.
Can I just speak to Sam, please?
Oh, you want to talk to Sam?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Right now, Sam doesn't seem to be in the hotel room.
Oh,
Is there anything that you wanted to say to me?
Well, I just, I pulled together some of her old art and, thought of maybe some new information I could share with, the both of you. If you wanted to stop by and talk.
Okay, go ahead and just give me your address, and I'll find out if it's possible to stop by, like right now.
It's across the street.
It's across the street. Okay.
Yes.
Can you see the motel room
I
door
see your
from your
door, yeah, but
from your?
I can't see inside. Obviously, your blinds are closed. But I know that he didn't walk out of the room in the last couple minutes, so that's.
When I said that, I was just saying that he's in the bathroom, and I was
understand.
respecting his privacy.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. I just.
But if you have those projects and some new information, then we'll be right over.
Great.
All
I'll pull the pie out of the oven.
Oh, well, thank you so much, December. We'll see you soon.
What did she say?
Well, she wants to have your babies.
Nixon, come on.
Yeah.
Get off my
along
nuts.
That. She says that she'll be a really good provider for you, so you can actually be a house husband.
Shit.
That's gonna be one of those really good things. And apparently, she is directly across the street, and she's been spying on us the entire time.
I'm not
So she actually knew that you
surprised
weren't,
in the least.
that you were actually in this hotel room. So.
That's why he told her. I was in
And
the
she's
bathroom.
invited
Good.
us over for pie. What kind of pie do you think your future wife
All right,
makes?
cut the shit. Okay. Let's just go. Let's just go on the way to
I'm
the
thinking
farm.
mixed
Let's-
berries. It's got to be a mixed berry pie. You know, those take effort. It's probably has lettuce on it.
You're not gonna let this go, are you, Nixon?
Oh, never letting this go. But she does have projects and some new information. So we've got some time to kill between now and 10:30. So let's head on over.
I just
Sure.
want to share with the podcast Zach's expression. He keeps smiling and then suppressing it. It's really funny. He's like, "This is funny. No, it's serious."
Yeah, and while he was playing December earlier, he was looking over at me and winking a lot. So I want the podcast listeners.
They don't know the They don't know the history
They
we
don't know
have.
the history.
That's amazing.
So you make your way across the street as she's standing on the front porch of the house, just literally across the road, waving. Hi.
Hi, December.
We're still gonna get in the car so that we can leave from the car, like
It's
in the
literally
car.
a
It's
walk.
literally across
It's
the street.
literally a walk. Literally walking. Sam, why are you walking towards the car? No, your future life mate is just over there.
All right, she can hear you.
Look
maybe.
at her. Probably not. I'm talking real low.
All right, fine.
Yeah, it's kind of
fine.
got
Please,
like a halo.
please,
going on
come,
All right.
come in.
Oh, thank you so much, December. This is very kind of
Yes,
you.
yes.
So
Please.
sorry I missed your call. I was in the restroom.
Okay.
He's in there a lot.
Oh,
Yes, I have irritable bowel syndrome.
yeah.
Well, hopefully my cherry pie doesn't give you an upset stomach.
Oh,
I'll say-
cherry? I'm allergic to cherry. Darn it. That's okay.
I made strawberry too.
Of course
Wow.
you did.
Maybe you're
You know, they say berry pies are the ones that are made with the most love.
I would agree. Have a seat.
December,
As-
my partner said that you had some
It's
some
on the
of
table as she
Cindy's work.
says and just walks towards the kitchen. As you look over to your left, you see a small dining room table with a folder sitting on it
Okay.
and a pink backpack.
Oh, wow. She found the pink backpack.
After you, Agent Emery.
Yeah. I'm going to take a look in the pink backpack and find
Yes,
crucial...
you'll find all the things that I found since we last spoke.
I'm going to sit down and start having some of the pie while I know that Agent Emery is also going to make her way towards this backpack, and I'm sort of trying to distract her now with this pie eating
Okay.
thing.
You feel a hand on your back as
Sure.
it starts to rub a little bit. I thought you said you were allergic to cherry.
Oh, was this the cherry?
Oh my God, Jesus.
I thought this was the strawberry.
But it's good, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's great. I'm so sorry.
Strawberry.
Thank you.
For you.
Thank you, December. Thank you.
No, please look through the. It's you can take it. This is all for you.
Oh, okay. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Sam, did
Craziest thing.
you want to...
Well, I started asking myself. The backpack. I remember hearing about that. I very clearly remember hearing about that backpack, and I went over to City Hall and I asked Janice. Sheriff can't say no to me. He wasn't there, but I remembered that backpack. So I did my own little sleuthing, and lo and behold, in the evidence room,
December. Thank you
Wow.
so much. Thank
you know,
you.
December, you are a keeper.
You really.
Yeah, you are.
You don't have.
I
I've been
Yeah.
waiting for someone to come along and admit that.
You do
Yeah.
not have to fawn over us in this way. You really don't, December. That's
What'd you
Very-
say?
So you don't have to bend over
Hold.
backwards for.
Hold.
Oh my God.
Hold.
Oh my God.
Agent Nixon's smartphone vibrates a lot.
Whoa.
It's like an email has been pushed through as you've just gotten a small brief of signal, if only for a little bit.
What the fuck is it?
You excuse yourself
Um,
and get some new information without rolling for it, and Agent Sam is left with his new gal pal for a bit on his own.
hey, just so that you know, December, Sam has a really great 401k. Just saying. I go to check my phone. Yeah.
As you
discuss.
step outside, so what are the benefits like for the government? Well, I mean, I technically work for a public school system, but I'm guessing it's not as good as
Right.
the big government.
Good. Pretty. Not bad, December. Not bad. Retirement.
You retire young, right?
That's the idea.
Is
a
it
lot of-
dangerous what you
very
do?
dangerous in the field. Yeah, it is very dangerous. Yeah.
What's the most dangerous thing you've ever been involved in? Have you
I've
been in a gunfight?
No, I haven't, thankfully. I have been involved in a high-speed chase. The FBI sent out a team to raid a warehouse, and we had some perpetrators that attempted to make an escape and a getaway, and I had to hop in my car and chase them down. So,
Wow, that's amazing.
yeah.
Are you married?
No,
I'm sorry. Is
not
that
anymore.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Divorced?
It's fine. Widower, actually.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
Oh, I had no idea. Of course, it had to be something like that. You're just so handsome, and nobody like you could be out there in the wild, and so tragic.
Thank you. Yeah, it was.
How did she die?
I'd rather not talk about it, if that's okay.
She moves in kind of closer and puts her arm around you. Are you sure? It's okay.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to live through, but it's the damnedest thing being in
She
this
starts
town.
rubbing
is-
the back of your head. Shh, it's okay.
Can I please come back in during this?
No, you're still outside.
Thank you. Thanks. Just being in this town, it's
It
just
must be so hard.
made me oddly calm. You know, it's been a nice vacation, I guess, all things considered. Yeah. I don't know what it is about this town.
More pie?
No, I really shouldn't. No.
Okay. She kind of
Thank
leans
you.
back with her hand. I found some drawings.
I see
too,
that, yes,
And
thank you.
she's
In
very,
the background.
very talented.
Mm-hmm.
She was so smart.
Yeah, these are actually, wow, these are really good for a 10-year-old.
It's just very normal drawings that a 10-year-old might make.
What am I looking at? What do the drawings look like?
Drawings of a kid on a swing with a dog and sunshine.
Any horses
Family.
or anything? Ponies? Animals?
None of that. Just
Gates.
none of that either.
Hmm.
Very normal.
Hmm.
Outside, on your phone, as you see a flood of emails that have come through, they're all from Deputy Director Jonathan Johns.
Tuna.
Funny, that's exactly what I was going to say. They said. But then with the very last email, it said, "Sorry, Petunia." And on that note, we're going to end this
Oh
week's
shit! Shit! I knew it! And now you leave us here. I freaking knew it was Petunia, and you're leaving us there, Zach. Come on.
We have time limits.
Come on.
Time limits,
No.
and we have truths
Oh. Yeah.
because at the end of any episode, a candle goes out.
Yes.
So you will start
Here,
next
we'll,
week.
we'll do one. Over here.
Sure.
Balance
We will
it out a
start
little.
next week with 6 candles.
Oh, farts.
Yeah.
Bloody knew it. Petunia. Petunia.
Good one.
They said we have some truth.
Those aren't the same at all. That was a reach. There's
Oh no,
not-
I heard it. The way you were saying it was like.
Tunia.
Tuna.
I'd like a nice
I
tunia
like
sandwich.
it. I mean, that sounds delicious.
Okay, so truth #feeling. Raynor feels oddly calm in the town of Columbia. Oh,
Yeah.
I think I did this one before, right?
But there's a connection to the word vermin. Yeah, got it.
You know what? Let me. Did some of these not come through?
I was just relaying that information to December.
Agent Nixon is quickly becoming frustrated by this town. She isn't entirely sure why, but her naturally calm demeanor is quickly eroding. And the thought of using violence and force to get needed information is becoming more appealing.
Nice.
I like going into next week with that.
Nice
Okay,
one.
I like that.
Very
Yeah.
nice. That's an awesome.
Punch some kids.
Thank you
Get
guys
information.
so much for watching, for contributing, for helping keep the show alive. I will say this show is not sponsored by anyone. It's a completely independent endeavor, so your contributions, your tips keep the show directly alive and pay the cast and everyone else who's working on it. So we really do appreciate you
Thank you
guys'
so much
involvement
for
and helping
that.
us out
Yeah.
and making this show happen. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, man.
You're awesome.
Great job.
Dude,
Thank
you're
you
killing
guys.
Both of us got goosebumps at one point. I felt it, and I looked over, and he had goosebumps
Did you?
up his arm at the same time.
feel
I felt mine. I saw yours, easy. But yeah, it's pretty crazy how we're getting into
Yeah,
this.
I love doing this show with you guys. I get excited
It feels like
all
we're
week
living
to
a
think
movie.
about ways to fuck with you. It's really fun.
I know.
It's really messed up though, because on Mondays I go to a really dark place.
Yeah.
Oh,
I listen to some
yeah.
really fucked up music all day.
I was anxious coming here today.
Excellent.
Good.
I
Yes.
was.
Good.
So all the sweaty
Good.
palms.
Yeah, dude,
Because
oh,
honestly,
so many
this is
times.
moving a lot slower than I thought. I'm gonna have to start forcing things because you guys are so scared of rolling that.
Hey, I'm happy in a roll.
No, I know.
Hey, I
Coach
wanna-
Mike to roll.
I
wanna
know,
burn
but
some
3 times. Just
next
bunch
week
of
we'll
bugs.
move much faster
Okay,
as a
yeah.
lot of things were just discovered, and
Yes.
those things will start
This
coming
is all
to a
so
head.
great.
So
We have no
thank you
idea
guys
what's
so
going
much.
on.
I know.
Thank you.
We found
And
out.
stick around. Coming up next in 20 minutes is Perception Check,
Palette
D&D
cleanser.
with puppets. It's hilarious and a great way to come down from this really serious shit. It's the most fun you'll have watching
Yes.
Twitch. So stick around. We'll be back.
Thank you.